Yeah, we need to talk. There's so much garbage walking down the block, floating around YouTube, filling up your screen. The messiest advice that you've ever seen. They've been here 5 minutes, fresh off the plane. Passport ink ain't even dry, telling you how to live, it's driving us insane. They promise you paradise, everything is nice, but they're just telling you that bad advice. Those sugar-coated fool lies, yeah, they taste so sweet. But Heidi knows the truth about the heat on the street. Bite me, bite me, bite me, bite me. It's Heidi versus the hype, yeah. She's clearing out the gripes, she's one of a kind. She's earned her stripes, she's tired of the fakes. She's cutting through the line. It's the real deal, baby. It's Heidi versus the hype. Heidi versus the hype. It's Heidi versus the hype. Heidi versus the hype. She's an original OG, American expat. She's seen it all, from wannabes to huge age gap traps. No filters, no scripts, no Hollywood glow. Just he busted down vloggers all over the Philippines. Just a gritty real life that you need to know. It's Heidi versus the hype, yeah. She's clearing out the gripes, she's one of a kind. She's earned her stripes, she's tired of the fakes. She's cutting through the line. It's the real deal, baby. Heidi versus the hype. Heidi versus the hype. It's Heidi versus the hype. Heidi versus the hype. The American wife, uncensored, is here to make the muddy waters run clear. This is the only reality show you need to know. Heidi versus the hype. 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 Heidi versus.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Mayang buntag sa tanan. Thank you so much for being here with us. How you guys doing today? I hope you guys are having a beautiful, beautiful evening or a beautiful, beautiful day. It doesn't matter where you are. You are loved.
Okay. You're fired. This is my show today, officially.
Okay, so today we're going to do something. Actually, be honest with you,
Not
this is
today. This is going to be regular.
this is long. Well, it is. However, it is long overdue. And what I'm saying is, today we get a lot of emails on a regular basis. And again, thank you so much for your emails. Thank you for
Hundreds a
your
month sometimes.
DMs, direct messages, and Messenger. And again, guys, feel free to message us. We may or may not respond depending on how we look at you, if you're like a creeper or not. However, again,
shit.
so today, so Heidi's going to answer questions that have been like accumulating in our mailbag. For instance, like
Stick around.
for example, like
Uh,
why do you act like a doña? Okay, a doña. Just so you guys know, a doña is the female version of a. You guys ever watch Godfather? Don Corleone. That's the female version of it.
why do I
So-
act like a godfather here?
Godmother.
Yeah,
Godmother. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Why do you act like a doña, aka
I
rich lady?
wouldn't read them all off.
No. I said, it's just the.
I wouldn't, because I think that's still giving. I get what maybe just one as an example.
Well,
It
then
would give it
if that,
away.
well, no, I don't think so. But then I guess we'll go with this one. Admit it. You're only living in the Philippines because you're broke in your home country. You're not retiring early, and you're technically hiding from debt from creditors, right?
That's exactly it.
So yeah, it's questions like these that Heidi will answer today.
You guys got to understand that we've been in the game for 5 years, and the amount of trolls are no different than other channels, but we get even more because they say I'm too outspoken, too fat, to this. Basically, they closet lovers, and so they can't stand Joe. I think they're just jealous of you or something. But the whole point is that we get hundreds each month. We do respond to people. George responds. And also the email and the link to the Facebook page is in the About Us section, where it like lists all the links to like the other social media that George has. So you guys have the capability, and we do receive these. We just rarely talk about them. And so now George has come up with this ideal a couple days ago. This was all your ideal to start addressing the messages versus,
It is? Whoa, that was some good stuff for me. Suggested stuff.
Well, I think it will actually, I think it's because that's what our channel has been about for quite some time. We initially started off with just a vacation mode for the family, which we still do. It's how our family tracks us. Number two, we did a lot of expat help, a lot of video chats with a lot of people that are grateful that are living here. It was our main goal. And then the focus switched over to covering what was going down and being super honest. And we've always been that. Now we want to go even rawer. I was telling George there's no reason not to talk more about my medical issues, like my broke down ass yesterday going out for medications into the bank. I thought I was going to die out there, man.
So raw that we're gonna go bareback mountain. Oh yeah. Mm, mm, mm.
You got a little purple pill somewhere I don't know about? Gorilla boy. Talking about what cats are on the prowl. So, anyways, so we do get a lot of people that ask us what we think about this channel. What do we think about their advice? We want these questions. We posted something to you guys here and on Facebook for people to comment. So either y'all ain't got no balls to ask them, or you closet lovers of some of these non-bullshit channels that are putting out bullshit that you get here and it's like, yeah, it wasn't fucking like that. And so this poses you guys to put us on the spot. The only thing that I won't answer, and I'm sure the trolls are out there and listening, we know there's tons of them, that we're not going to answer stuff about our kids. We're not going to answer about his parents, my parents, or go through anything personal. We're not going through full details of careers. Well, okay. Okay, I went to college for 18 years and I graduated in this year. Don't expect us to answer those. There's a limit to what I'm going to say. But besides that, it's open.
Well, but
Okay.
feel free to asking, and
Correct.
worst case scenario, we don't answer. But again,
Basically, I tell you to fuck
we
off,
basically
fuck
just
off.
decided to like, hey, I told Heidi the
That's
other
right.
day, or rather, I told Heidi, I said maybe we should answer the questions.
No, and you guys know that George, every time I start talking about the Philippines or other Filipinos, and we got attacked, and not only in our emails but message about talking about that Carrie girl. Oh, she's bringing herself up, and now you want to tear her down, and you're always attacking Filipinos. And pretty much, I'm like, what? That's not what it is. It's the way you're thinking and stuff. But I don't mind answering those. And I'm still going to talk shit. I'm still going to bring up what Filipinos feel, what I feel, what expats have been saying. It's what our channel is. And if you don't like it, don't watch. I know some of y'all can't help yourself but talk shit. That's fine. You're just promoting us, but it's good for our viewers, and our regulars have questions. So we tried opening the panel a long time ago. We had people on, but then people are trying to promote their own channel. They're trying to come on and scream bullshit nonsense, and then they were carrying on about their own personal life, and that's not what our live panel was supposed to be about. They couldn't stay in the realm of the talk. We probably will reopen that up, but we want your participation. We need your comments. We need your participation because the algorithm is dead. It doesn't matter if you guys are paying for promotion, paying bots to promote your channel. The algorithm is dead for everybody. So the only way it's going to get going is to do some participation, have you guys interact. It's why we're here. We do care. We do want to hear from you. I know I'm kind of all over the place. I'm hyped on coffee, but it's kind of where it is. So so that's where we're at. We're going to right now we're just trying to build up the room. Second win, what's going on? She said go more raw, huh?
Raw dog it.
Yeah, the second wind is in the house. What is going on? Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah, it shows we got 24 people. Say hello, guys. Let me know that you're actually in there. Say hi. Say
Oh
what's going on.
damn! Second one says hashtag cancel George.
Hashtag. Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Hey, Benny.
What do you say?
Benny says, I like when channels focus on current events in the Philippines, current state of affairs, especially the background investigation that Heidi does on some of these stories.
No. She does a great job, actually. I know a lot of people don't agree with our point of view, but you guys have to remember. And what I don't understand is it does. It's kind of like, again, I'm not trying to be political here. It's kind of like I'm just saying it in terms that a lot of people understand. Again, I oversimplify things. Like Republican, Democrat, what I'm saying is it's no different than if somebody goes against your point of view, that doesn't necessarily make it wrong.
Right. We want you guys. We just don't need people attacking our viewers and trying to bring in stupid shit like your breath stinks and you're too fat. And it's like, what's that got
That's
to do with the
irrelevant.
price of tea?
Again,
It's
that's
irrelevant.
whenever there's an argument when somebody again does ad hominems, then you're like, okay, you've lost the battle, buddy.
Right. So we do, and a lot of people, we, like I said, we initially was doing the expat forum stuff forever. Like you guys would notice we were covering the news, we were covering, and I'm like, it's just too much. We were chasing news from morning till night, trying to bring you guys stories the next day. And we were pretty sure most people didn't care about them. So we came up with a better mix. We really are going to start covering our lives. This is more, I mean, I'm still considering doing some sort of long-term live streams or something just so people can see what's going on, but I think it's what people I don't think people there's so many vloggers out there that are regurgitating crap. Same thing, copies, they're AIing everything, and it's so unreal now. Hundreds of couples on TikTok now with huge age gap giving advice. Basically, they're a dating site. Like they've got Filipinas and the expats now doing dating game shows. And I'm like, I don't get it. So, and then I just don't get some of the channels right now. And so we're hoping that people will see an opportunity to say, hey, she said groceries is costing this, which by the way, prices are shooting up like a mofo right now.
I did platter on about like meat, literally, like sirloin steaks
forget
and
this
stuff
big girl
to Heidi
likes to
yesterday. Yeah.
forget that this big girl likes to snack. I ain't even gonna deny that shit. But even if I wasn't, groceries is the biggest cost here, in my opinion.
Well, see,
Rent's
here's
gonna
the
be
thing.
cheap.
Here's the thing, guys.
Transport's cheap.
You guys can pick on
talk
my
is
wife all
cheap.
you want, but are you telling me that you guys aren't interested in like a T-bone steak right now or a ribeye? I mean, come on.
Or a corn dog with a donut.
We're all humans, right? I mean, when I was blathering about the prices of groceries here yesterday in the Philippines, you think that only Heidi was interested? No, I was blathering them because I was interested. Get it? So what I'm saying is, you guys can be hypocritical, whether or judgmental, whatever you call it. That I mean, what I'm saying is, you're no different than Heidi.
You're either a leader. No, I was saying that Sunny guy went through the state fair and ate at 9 different places. If I ate at 2, they'd be bitching. Oh,
Correct,
fat
correct.
Heidi
And
eating everything
again,
up. And actually, I don't mind it.
what I'm
Sometimes,
saying
guys, I
is,
like to poke you guys.
Heidi is no different than most of expats.
There's just more of me to love. So
Really,
either hate or
she's
get
really
on my
not.
back.
Sexuality has nothing to do with it, whether what she identifies at or what she really is. I mean, I know she has a bigger dick than I do, but point being
as this
is,
chicken with nipples. I mean, sorry.
okay, she has bigger tits than I do, and she has a bigger ick than I do. But anyway,
That was already established years
correct,
ago, man.
correct. But point being is, she's
We're
no
original.
different than most of you
Get
guys.
over it. We're here to stay. Ain't gonna stop. Ain't gonna stop. Ain't no stopping this train. What is it you say? You can't stop this train.
Can't stop this train. Oh well, actually, I didn't say it that way. What I said is, life is like a train that's gonna get derailed. It's You know it's gonna end, but guess what? The only thing you can do is to enjoy the ride because you cannot stop it getting derailed. Eventually, you will end.
Hey,
Your
Slick
life will
Rick.
end. That's how I actually said it. Point being is,
You guys watch
can't stop the train.
because
You can't stop the train.
You guys watch because we are a train wreck. You guys watch because we're
Whoa.
real people. We're real people that have lost jobs, lost incomes, lost our 401k, been in prison a couple times, slapped a few bitches around, and we real. That's where it is. And they're hating because we're not going to go along. We don't have handlers. I'm going to tell you, all those other channels you guys watch that are in our forum, they got a handler, whether it's their Filipina or other shit. And we're just saying that you guys are here for a reason. Trolls or not, lovers or not, haters or not, because you can't help yourself. It's what it is. It's why you guys are here. And for all those, I want to mention one more side thing. Seems like 4 or 5 channels, and it's at least 4 or 5 channels lately, are on this whole thing of I know who buys numbers and I know whose channels are fake and I can prove it and all this bullshit around shit we've been saying for years. Now you want to get on board with that shit? We've been saying what for at least 2 years how people are buying bot
Honestly,
stuff
the
and
moment we land in the Philippines, I told Heidi, don't get upset. I know these are farmed.
yeah, see, I didn't. And so a few years ago I was naive to the fact that you see a damn channel. We were asked this question. I'm gonna bring my own channel. What is this channel called? Go Go Jojo or Jojo Go Go?
Oh.
He's got. Oh, I'm gonna put his name out there today. I'm not saying exactly. I think that's not even his name. But the whole point is, he's a Doomageddon vlogger, like old dog, that all of a sudden shot up in numbers overnight. When we got here, old dog had less than 40,000 people, right? And he shot up in time. Does he give advice all the time and help with dating and all that? Yeah, sure he does. Here comes this guy that's all of a sudden people are talking like he's some sort of god, and all he is a copycat. So those that asked me that question this past month, I think he's a copycat. So let's start out with something fresh here. And how the hell are you going to have
Okay, here's an example.
well, I wonder.
Well, what I'm saying is, for example, Mr. Beast has
I'm going to get Jojo Gogo or Gogo
450.
Joe.
The reason why I brought up,
Gojo.
well, I wasn't trying to go directly. Again, nothing against Mr. Beast. For example, Mr. Beast has 453 million followers, okay? Or subscribers, whatever. Point being is he's the biggest guy. And
What's the
his
percentage?
average is around 475.
So he's not even getting 5 or 10% of his views. So here's one thing most of you don't know. We have a YouTube manager that looks over our account, answers questions, has sat down with us. We go a few times a year to see him in Manila, and we know what's real.
And we're
Of
certified.
all people.
We are certified, so.
And the whole deal is the percentage, because I guess this has been a topic on multi-channels, and I don't know why, because we've been saying it, that if you're getting 2 to 5% right now, you're lucky. The algorithm is tanked. They definitely expect you to pay for advertisement. Nothing wrong with that. Advertisement is part of promoting your channel. If you do it through Google and you're not farming, there is no way in possible hell for the person, thank you for your comment. What do we think about these channels that have excessive numbers that don't even match? I think they're up to something. It has nothing to do with, oh, well, you're just jealous. And that's what we hear about the Filipino P, which I'd love to address that on another day. It's not that we hate them, it's pure honesty. It's called, oh, well, it's because he gets off the couch or he goes and does stuff and he does this, like that traveler guy that goes around creepy and talks to all the girls, West Traveler, or the guy from the Russian guy. And it's like, there's no way those numbers are real. Nobody has numbers. When numbers outweigh their subscribers almost on a daily basis, there's no way.
Well, here's an example again. Like, for example, Living That Life Retired says, I don't really think that he's a copycat. He says, Jogo is always out and about and doing something, just showing his work. Again, I'm not arguing about
think
that.
he
The
is.
issue, well, No. Well, his statement is point being is
You
I
can't have
understand
30,000 subscribers and 19,000 views every time.
right. What I'm saying is again
19,000,
is
18,000,
right.
19,000,
What I'm saying is
18,000,
it's
18,000,
not about
18,000,
the it's
20,000,
not about
21,000.
babe. That's babe. I know you're prattling numbers, but you have to give it in terms that a lot of people don't understand. And what I'm saying is, for example, it's not about the content really. I'm gonna be honest with you. Whether it's simping or whatever, obviously not. Jogo is not talking about. I'm not going. It's not about. It's not a simping channel. But what I'm saying is, on average, I said average. You pay attention to the numbers. If the numbers are always consistent
Yeah, most of it
to
says 18,
to a
20,
ratio
30,
to their viewers,
24, 51, 40,
unless it's
50.
10% or 5% of its viewers, then there's something wrong.
Yeah, nobody gets above. But anyways, I don't want to be stuck on this because other bullshit channels have been talking about it. But at least 3 channels have, and we have been asked what we think. And yes, he is. He, from the beginning, has gone to the same places a bunch of others have, talks just about the same thing. Does he put it in a different way? Yeah. Do we cover titles and things that other people do? Kind of yes and no. But I don't think because he gets off the couch puts him in that category. So we've been asked about this guy over and over again. All of a sudden, he's this overnight sensation that everybody's been talking about. I've heard several channels. I'll recently mention Regular Guy just spewing stuff about him, how great it is. And I'm not denying that his footage is horrible. My personal opinion is this is more than a self-promoted channel and a regurgitation. He's just another vlogger here.
Well, now again, here's the thing. For example, regular guy again. I have no issue with regular guy. In fact, like the guy, and again, honestly, I've
Didn't
come
know
across
anything
him.
about him until the others talked
I've come
about
across him
him.
more often than he realizes, because I do drive by Red Street more than most people realize. But what I'm saying is, and I do see him. What I'm saying is, for example, regular
And I
guy.
wouldn't call that a regular life living retired. He says he's just showing his regular life. No regular
All
person
right.
goes
Well,
and
what
does
I'm
all
saying
those
is,
things all the
for
time.
example, regular guy. I was watching one of his lives the other day,
He's just another Doomageddon vlogger
and
that is
what
spending money.
right? What I'm saying is, he's showing something, and I knew exactly where he was. Could I just got on up and you know? I'm gonna be honest with you. During one of his lives, one of these vloggers showed up in front of his feed, and could I have literally done what that vlogger did in front of his feed? Yes, because but what I'm saying is I'm better than that. I'm secure about myself. What I'm saying is I knew where he was, when he was, and I could have gone there and showed up. However, that's not what our channel's about. That's not what
No,
that's not what regulars guys channel's
well,
about.
Gogo Jojo Gogo Bobo or whatever his name is has the right to do his content the way he
I
sees
know that.
fit.
But what I'm saying
But
is
his top videos are
right, but what I'm saying is
regurgitated stuff.
before that vlogger showed up, um
Nobody special is my bottom line.
well, that's what I'm saying is before that vlogger showed up in regular guys feed. Hey, Scotty. Um,
Just another old dude in some
he was
pink panties
showing.
of a
He was talking
Filipino.
about this trans person, which is again, there's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying is
I guess if that floats their boats.
correct. Exactly
So
my
that's just it.
point.
Jojo Gogo and
It's
other people.
whatever point floats their boat. Whether what regular did was intentional or not, it's what some people do a thumbs up on that situation, and some people do a thumbs down. That's all I'm saying.
And they're not the only ones. When the others carry on and other people are like, oh, he's the greatest, I'm like, it's like there's so much talent from Filipinos here or Filipinas. Like when they go on about the P, I'm like, she's just average.
Okay,
Then you
about
get butthurt. And then
yeah.
same with him. There's nothing any different than him than there was old dog, regular guy. they just got noticed within the realm of people. Like if you're watching us, more than likely, like him coming up in our feed, they're feeding us Jogo. And it's like there are tons, hundreds, and I'd say thousands and thousands of these vloggers that are expats here now. And it's what they do. But you guys got to realize we're watching another couple hundred in one area vlogging Filipinos. And they have excellent content. So I'm going to be honest, these guys are nothing, in my opinion. I'm nothing. The only thing that separates us is that I'm a loudmouth female expat that's living a regular night life, not out there spending $60 on a meal, traveling and bragging about it. And I own this, I do that, I've got this degree, I pay for that. And it's like, to me, it's just, I don't know. It's just where it is. So people have to decide if that's how they're going to base their coming here on Jogo here
Well,
or Go Joe. There's the kitten.
now in all fairness, for example, living life retired says, how much new stuff could there possibly be in Dumaguete? Now, here, in all fairness, I do tell Heidi this a lot, and she'll attest to this. I tell Heidi, not everybody watches the same channels that you do. Not everybody watches us. Period. So what I'm saying is, what's new to us may be old to others, or what's old to us may be new to others. However, if you're Filipino and you never eaten balut at when you're
Oh my God, don't even get me going.
exactly.
I like to stir the trolls up this
What I'm
morning.
saying is, if you live in the Philippines and you're an adult,
Yeah,
and you're
it
like,
could be worse.
look, oh, I've never tried Jollibee before. Oh, I've never tried balut before. Oh, I've never tried McDonald's before. Then you're a fucking liar.
Here we go. So now you opened up a whole can of worms.
And that's what I was trying to do.
He was. So now I'm going to feed the trolls. Who in the world reacts to their own videos? Who would put, you guys ever seen people do a reaction video? One of the stupidest videos we've seen, and I'll leave the name out, that way it stirs the troll up. A Filipina here, unnamed, just think about it, put her own footage up recently. She's been posting old footage and reacting. Talk about running out of content. And she reacted to herself like this as she was eating something. Who reacts? George was like, what the hell is this? I mean, I can't get those 30 seconds back of my life watching it. Who watches their own video and reacts to their own video of an old footage from a year or two ago of eating Filipino food and act like you never ate it before? It was gross to watch. It was just weird as fuck.
They know who it is. Because on the comments, they already know who it is.
It's like,
the fact that you guys know who it is, that tells you it's absurd. It's ridiculous.
It's absurd.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, maybe if you was like Britney Spears and you was reacting to yourself where she was dancing in a tour when she was 20 and she was like, oh my God, that was so embarrassing. Oh my God. And it's like, and you bitch at us that we got a problem. We don't have a personal problem.
Not a jealousy
it's
thing.
It's a vlogger thing.
And honestly,
it's like,
a lot of Filipinos don't know who that person is.
And when you guys are talking about,
if I mention that name, they'll be like, who?
Nobody knows who she is except for the simps.
No.
And if somebody watched that in her recent videos about her coconuts and bullshit, then you're a simp.
Now, if I say something like,
she knows that she's making the money people are helping her and all that bullshit.
It's not a jealousy.
It doesn't mean that we hate Joe Go or the TTP. It doesn't mean that. Well, it's what we're doing with our channel. It's why you watch. And if you don't want to watch, take your fucking ass somewhere else.
What I'm saying is, there's a higher probability of me going to a Filipino stranger and I say, do you know the hungry Syrian wanderer? They'll be like, oh yeah, that guy. You know, and then if I mention this person's name, they'll be like, who?
The TPP.
No, honestly, if I mention Commander Dawat, they'll be like, oh yeah, that guy.
That's another
but
thing.
If I say
Commander
that other person,
editing,
they'll be like, who?
Great content.
Guys,
got
trust me.
16,000 views right now. That's
and I'm not exaggerating. And it's not hate. It's not anger. It's not jealousy. Point being is, She's only
Pull your shit together.
popular only because you guys are expat and you guys are simping. Fact.
And she's
Nothing
feeding it.
more.
The same with this guy. I get that he's going different places. You can only do so many stuff, but he's still using similar content, similar stuff, the same age gap stuff, the same I've traveled here, the same this. And that's fine. That's fine. Everybody has the right to do their content. Be like, there's Heidi and George bitching again. You're damn right. We do several live streams a week, and right now I'm trying to build the room up. Oh, and by the way, for the most recent, let me answer one more mailbag before we go into mailbag. I was also asked recently in regards to not only complaining about other channels. I'll think about it. Just popped in my head because there were so many of them that we started looking at because we just answer them and leave them in there. Anyways, go ahead. I'll think about. It just slipped right out of my mind.
Oh, you want me to start with a question?
Well, I'm trying to think of the. Dang it! It just popped out of my mind.
No. I get you. You get derailed there for a second.
Yeah,
all right. So
it's-
no, because there's we get a ton of emails, guys. Trust
Oh,
me.
I know what it is because I was looking at the numbers, waiting for the room to fill up. They said that we're losing numbers and nobody cares.
Everybody losing numbers.
Everybody's losing
You
numbers.
are a
They're
hypocrite
like,
if you're a YouTuber.
You're not getting your numbers because people aren't watching because they hate you, so they're no longer tuning in. No,
big people
Well,
from
no,
Mr. Beast to everybody else.
it's really nothing
They're all
to do
losing
with it.
numbers.
We have fair thumbnails, fair titles, fair content. We have average. We're not claiming our footage and editing's any good, but people with shitty content, no editing, and shit thumbnails with no titles can get 100,000 views with no problem. It doesn't mean it's because they're good. So we have not seen numbers like this. 53 people in the room. We had that 5 years ago. So it is the algorithm, and it is a pay to play. That's why those other channels
I'm
start
not gonna go
talking
to the
about
pay to play
bullshit.
thing, but here's the best.
But has
best-
nothing to do with people. They
Here's-
hate you, Heidi, because you say too
No,
much.
no,
That's
no.
not why people aren't.
Here's the
tuning
best way
in.
to explain it, guys.
And the only people that matter to us are the ones that are actually
Again.
in here and that we relate to, that we talk to on a regular basis, our members and the people that care. If you didn't care that much, then
Okay, here's the thing
it's
about
not
YouTube.
why. Oh, it's because you talk too much. Nobody will watch you anymore. It's like they don't even know that unless they come in the room.
All right, here's the thing about YouTube, and this
whatever.
is why I keep saying do not start a YouTube channel. The best way to describe a YouTube channel is think of Vegas. What?
Post Office Joe said the volume's really low. You might want to check yours. It shouldn't be. Has anybody else got a problem with the audio? Yeah, Post Office Joe usually.
Anything.
Because this is a brand new box. It worked fine the last time. No, I don't think there's any. The cats haven't been up there.
No, everything's fine.
No, you
It's
might
in
want to
there.
check yours.
All right, so okay.
Sorry.
Now here's the thing. Again, and I'm not exaggerating. It's not hate. It's not because I'm a really analytical person. The best way to describe YouTube, and this is why I keep saying, do not start a YouTube channel. Sorry, YouTube. Starting a YouTube channel is like going to Vegas and start playing. When you go into the casino, you will win the first few rounds. After that, you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, they will give you the numbers when you first start, and after that, they'll pull them out. What?
That's Landers wanting to call, so we may have to take. Okay, so the audio is good. They're saying so it must be something on the phone because this is a new. We have a new sound card.
We
that's
have a
really
new
good now.
soundboard. Yes.
So,
but yeah. Anyway,
yes. So there's multiple. We might want to wait for their call. Landers is going to call and ask about replacements.
Okay. Well then. Okay.
Yeah. So we can. Well, we're already.
No.
Yeah. So. No, there's a lot to the actual YouTubing. 1 second here. All right. So there was just basically there was a price change, and we ordered tonkatsu, the pork, and the beef strips itself that we do the caldereta and other things because we got a deep freezer a few months ago. It went up in price. So one went down, one went up by 20 pesos. So the costs have been going up, not substantially, but other items by $1 or $2. I don't know if it's because it's Christmas, because of shit going on around the world. Who knows? But sorry about that. So yes, we'll get into that. Yeah, I was just wanting to wait on that. So yeah, there was one went up in price, one went down in price
No, no,
since
no.
yesterday.
The reason why I was thinking is because it doesn't necessarily mean when things go up in price it's a bad thing, and it doesn't necessarily mean when something goes down in price it's a good thing. Again, economics is a fickle thing, and it's more deeper than a lot of realize. But anyway,
That's like me. He just said exactly our morning, fickle and deeper.
well, that's a different thing. That's relationships are a different story entirely.
Um, Buddha Boo Boo was like, "Do we get a prize for the rudest?" No, you just get me answering
All
and
right,
being
so
real
yeah, let's
and get
get
funny
into it. Yeah.
reactions and real shit.
All
That's
right.
what you're gonna get, and you're gonna hear what other people think because a lot of these, I was like, "What the f?" And so that's going to be the whole thing, and something different. And we're gonna do it every week, so it'll instead we're just doing
Yeah.
it early. I'm about ready to slap you. How about we just do slap George and get a game show buzzer? And so talk about changing up shit. So technically, no, you
Well,
get stuff
you can't do
answered
that
and it's
until you
other
get that
content.
buzzer.
Yeah, the buzzer's coming.
All right. So
Buzzer.
again, let's start with the first question, shall we? All right.
No, and right, real quick, you Ruby said YouTube shouldn't be a source of livelihood.
No,
Otherwise, you'd be
it shouldn't. It
disappointed.
definitely should not.
But
Yes.
these guys are running that. The fact that all of his numbers, Go Go Boy is getting 18, 18, 19, 20, 30, that means he's definitely farming and paying, and I would eat shit.
Allegedly.
Yeah, we'll say allegedly.
Allegedly. Farming.
Nobody, not even the biggest channels, get even numbers like that or get higher numbers than their. I'm sorry,
Well,
nobody
there's a
gets
few,
above.
but
There's
however,
on a consistent since he's had the channel open. Nobody hits out the gate and stays that way. It's unusual. We've talked about to the managers. We've talked to people that do the whole organization of SEO platforms and
and again,
organize the
we do
channels.
have
So
a
the whole point
manager, and
is
we are certified. And again, now
the whole deal is
just
he's
saying.
investing a lot into that to either be narcissistic so people can just see his success, which there's a lot of channels that just do it. Look at me, look at my life, and it's just narcissism. Or he's desperately trying to build money because he doesn't whether and I don't know him that well to know what he does, what kind of check he gets. I'm sure he's talked about it, but it's the honest truth is yes, you cannot. We on average get 2 or 300 for the channel, and it goes right back into apps, equipment, buying things, electricity, internet, and there's really no. I told George we do it for the fun and to fuck with the trolls. We do it because we're having fun.
Whoa.
Nope.
Second Wind says, "Can you fit George in the deep freezer?" I guess that's a legitimate question.
I guess the answer is
Chopped, as Ruby said.
well. Here's the deal. Don't think I wasn't looking for what was it we seen the other day come up in the feed and it blew our mind in Lazada was a whole bone saw for cutting meat, and we was like that was unusual.
Bone saw. You don't need a bone saw. All you need is a bolo.
Well, I get that. For you, it'd be pretty easy. You might have to get a bone saw for
All you
me.
have to do is go out there in the street and ask for that guy for free.
Why do you? Why do you?
For free?
Why do you think the mortuary or the funeral home asked for us to bring a bone saw?
I don't know.
They asked me how tall I was. That was funny.
Probably
They
a
didn't care how
discount.
big I was. I told them how big I was. They were like, "How tall is your wife for cremation?" I'm like, "Damn, what, you gonna have to cut my feet off or something?" Probably. It's a good chance you may have to prove that. So
Wow.
anyway, so will he? Not with the stuff that's in there now.
Okay. Put me right by the ribeye.
No, I'm gonna eat that first and leave you on the back porch with the cats.
Oh, thanks.
Mm.
Okay, so let's start with again. This is somewhat not in order. I said somewhat.
Because you're gonna save the juicy ones for last.
Not really, but it says
Prepare thyself.
Just so you know, I honestly never read these before. Anyway, be honest. Did you marry George, who is younger? Okay, because Western men back home won't look at you anymore. I guess this is well. I mean, I think these are all to Heidi. You're basically the female version of a passport bro in quotes, aren't you? I guess Heidi's a passport bro now.
I'm a passport sister. Well, let's see. First off, this full-figured fluffy nut here never had any problem with the foreign men. It's the same as the foreign men here in the Philippines that complain about the Western women. I shall say it's the same with the men. They're ate out, shot up and ate out. They're worn down. You think I want to date old dog or Geo or something?
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Okay, I date Geo. You know I got a thing for Geo and the P, so I date the P and Geo at the same time. But my whole point is Fantasyland. So
Hey, what's wrong with Paul? Sorry, Paul.
I would date his wife first.
Aw,
Hi, baby
baby May.
May.
Yeah.
So, anyways, the whole point is looks at me and George was just talking about this. What about midnight? That you cannot base your relationship on sex and relying on all that. Like you'll hear the other channels talk about that, the Western women weren't putting out, don't be told no, my woman doesn't complain, she doesn't this. So the whole thing with Western men not looking at me, I'm just average. Someone asked the other day about my photo back there. I said, dude, that was 5 years ago. I've been on steroids. I have some organ failure going on, my lupus. I'm always swollen. I'm always sick. So I'm not looking my best anymore. I feel I am. I mean, all I need to do is wrangle George here and there. But the whole thing is that I've always dated foreigners, and I didn't have to be overlooked by the men in order to find George. I fell in love with him as a person. Hell, he could have been Chinese. He could have been Russian. I fell in love with you as you, not because you were Filipino or easy to
No, the
manipulate
race
or
is not.
so yeah, we didn't kind of look at it that way. So yeah,
Yeah.
so that's
The
pretty
race.
much in a nutshell. But I wasn't exactly liking the dating scene. But I've never really been in a dating scene. So every person I've been with has been a long term. I've been married a few times, long term relationship. And the guy before him was a multimillionaire for the trolls. Once again, let me reiterate that had quite a bit of property, wrote several books, lived in Canada, part owner to a football team. And it went on for 3 or 4 years. And I wasn't just going to be his girlfriend. I wouldn't call myself eye candy. Yeah, okay, I was his eye candy. So, but anyways, so no, I just,
Well, actually, there's more to the story, and Heidi does. See, here's the thing: Heidi does have a lot of proof of these stories that she's telling. The reason being, she has photo and video proof of some of them, but she
mm,
did destroy most of them. And
well, I started a new
I
relationship.
was upset that she did destroy most of the evidence, only because one, I thought the actual evidence is worth not. I wouldn't say money. It's just the memories.
Yeah.
They're not my memories. I get it, and they're her memories. But in the end, I respect other people's memories. But anyway,
Yeah, so the whole point is yeah, George, I didn't have any problem. A lot of people think because I'm big and looking rough these
that
days, I
has
didn't have no
nothing to do with
opportunity.
who
Yeah.
you'll meet,
In our
and
golden
yeah,
days, we all had something going
yeah.
on.
It doesn't matter again.
Oh, look at her,
A
she's
lot of
high.
people think, well, you're not hot. No, that's nothing to do with it. Most people fall in love for the person. Anyway, um, are you planning to buy a Filipino husband if George dies? I heard that's the only way women your age
Oh shit.
can get a man is in the provinces.
People have been asking. That's probably why that question came in. Um, Yeah, because if you think about it, every guy here, like they said, you're always paying for a spouse in one form or another. Maybe they're edging towards asking me, am I going to move on? I would feel that way. If George passed away, fell down the stairs, or used his Christmas e-bike, that he's not going to get any more due to this shit going on. Actually, we were planning on getting him some sort of cycle at Christmas. I really was going to give up on the stairs. Nothing.
What?
So I still believe I would live here. For those that know, George is not here all the time. Like, literally, when I say that, like, he goes and works with his uncle on occasion, he goes out with his friends, he goes and does errand running. So it's like it would be in the US. You were always working, always out. We didn't spend 24/7 on top of each other. None of these couples do unless they're out in the middle of nowhere and the Filipina is jealous and she's dragging, like she wants to go everywhere with them.
Well, nobody should be a shadow.
Right.
It doesn't
So,
matter what your relationship status is. It doesn't matter what age you are. Your partner should not be a shadow.
right. So in a case like that, then what I'm saying is I'm an independent person anyways for the most part. He fills in. So more than likely the answer is no. And I like George for George. I don't think I would. And I would be concerned even with my lower amount of income. I still spend X amount of money each month and it's still way above average here. I may look ghetto to you, but when you have an income that's over 70,000 pesos a month, guys that have social security checks, I don't know why they're at 900 pesos or $900 or 1,000, they still get the chicks, but I would be concerned that it would be for the money. I couldn't trust anybody after that. So, yeah, definitely couldn't trust.
Right. Now, this is somewhat easy because this is a very common question that's asked. Again, we don't make up these questions, honestly. What is the hardest thing about living in the Philippines?
Hmm. Honest,
Eating balut.
no, it's being different. I once heard Sunshine say it was good to be home among his people. So honestly, yesterday we'll be putting the footage out. They were giving out chickens here in Mabalaka at different basketball courts the last couple of days. It was swarmed. The traffic, the
Yes, it's
people,
annoying.
and as I went by, I was the only not only white Western person, but a female Western person. Like, still, the country's been reopened, and when I go to the store, if even I told George, even if I weighed 150 pounds,
Doesn't
which I
matter.
don't, they're still going to look. My voice carries, even if I'm silent. I've always gotten, like Guy said, they get off the plane, they somewhat become like an instant celebrity. I don't like being so different. I don't like, I'm not narcissistic where I'm like, oh, I want to be seen. Like, I notice some Filipinos or expats, they want to be seen. They wear bright clothes. They bring attention to themselves when they're vlogging. They want to be seen. They're very, very out there. So I don't, the one thing that I would say is that, what was the main question again?
Oh, okay. I'm
The
repeating the
point.
question.
Yeah. It
What
basically
is the hardest thing about living in the
being
Philippines?
different and it down to possibly even the language. A lot of people say
So,
learn the
what
language,
are you
but
saying that it's unwanted attention?
I think it makes me stand out where they ask for help, or it's a different type of
Is it
down
because
to the
they
skin tax,
does
down
them
to
staring at
being.
you make you feel uneasy? I mean, I don't know. I'm asking you.
Yeah, I mean, I already feel that you can only be so confident in your skin on being plus size or old, like right now, and that's another thing. They think I'm really old. Like the kids thought I was 70 the other day. I was like, give me a goddamn break, 70.
Yeah.
That's a little much, but I guess when you're not looking in a mirror or nobody's seeing you, I actually still feel like I'm 20 again. Besides my bones and everything hurting after the trip yesterday, but I just felt out of place being in the car and talking to, because we were talking to people out the window what was going on, and I just got the weirdest stares.
Well, you have to remember too that again, I'm talking as a foreigner, and I say foreigner because Heidi did ask me. She
Yeah,
says,
living in America.
"Well, yeah." She asked me on a regular
Yeah,
basis,
did
like,
you feel that in America?
"Yeah, did I feel that in America?" And
Did you feel the odd man out?
I said no. One, for starters, one, I'm always confident. Two, I've always
There's
spoken.
only so much
I've always
confidence.
spoken this way, even at a young age. When
But you're still an Asian guy. You stand out.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is, here's the thing: did I get attention? Yes, I actually did get a lot of really good attention. However, to me, it was normal. I guess I was still young. I wasn't conscious.
I'm just sympathetic, empathetic, nasty when I want to be, but I guess I don't. Although I do the YouTube and we get recognized in the mall, and it's what makes us different. It's the couple we are. It's the size different. It's the soft. It's like the sweet and sour situation. It's I don't know. And other people feel that way. And I'm not the first because I've heard from several expat, not channels, that when they're out in the province, they feel strange or, and they're like, oh, that's only a point of view how you're feeling about where you're at. But unfortunately, you still feel, if you don't feel that, I feel something's wrong. If people don't have any feelings about, and it may be down to me missing having not family, but having like sometimes a language barrier. You just want to hang with your people, but I don't want to be like Shergow, where it's a goddamn Euro freak fest out there where everybody in the club is white. You know what I mean? I didn't come to the Philippines either to be all shacked
Well,
up in a
actually,
club with.
Siargao is mostly Filipinos. To be honest with you.
Well, I just seen one where the club had nothing and the people on the area. I know what you're talking about. I'm talking about where they're out
Well,
in the clubs or
that's
surfing or
different.
area.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't come here to hang out with all expats. So, but I also just I feel comfortable, but not at some point.
No, I got
So,
you. Yeah.
so that would be one of the things, yeah.
Okay. Next would be Now this is a thing that some of you may or may not encounter. It says, Heidi, you complain about the skin tax,
Oh boy.
foreigner tax, but you don't think you deserve to pay more. You come here with your dollars and drive up the rent for the locals.
I heard that
Why
before.
are you so stingy?
What's our trolls at force there?
That sounds like a Filipino, to be honest with
Um, No, a lot of them think we should pay. I really do. A lot feel we should pay because we're foreign. And I also feel we should be like when the kids are asking for stuff all the time. The AIDAs have been asking for a lot more money lately. It's starting to get on the Filipinos' nerves. The
you. It
mountain
gets old,
people.
trust me.
So even George, he's got to take money out every time he takes candy out to give the kids. I said, I think they're getting used to it. But back to that, no, I don't feel we should be skin tax. As a matter of fact, it's a full turnoff because a lot of people feel. I don't feel I have enough income. I already said I'm the broke ass bitch here in the Philippines, and we never even deny that we're broke or rich. So I don't like knowing that a person paid for that trike ride 100 pesos and easily we're going to pay 300 for the same ride. What is it we just did the other day that I said I'm sure we got overcharged for? I forgot what it was. Oh, I think when we pick up the pet food possibly. I think I've been with you every time. I think the that other company sells it way we probably pay about $10-15 cheaper. I think we get skinned. I just don't like paying the extra. I shouldn't have to pay because they think I've got money. And a lot of us don't have that money. If I keep losing $4 here, $3, and a lot of people are like, oh, well, you should pay it. And if you can't afford to pay the skin tax or the restaurants, then you shouldn't even be there
Well,
situation. And I
okay.
disagree. It's the whole point is I'd assume punch you in the nose than to lose that $2. I can't.
The reality is we hear this a lot, and again, I'm not going against anybody in particular, but the logic of, well, if you can't afford it,
Yeah,
then you
which is
shouldn't be
another
there.
subject.
Well, it's not a question of can afford it. Can it be afforded? Yes. However, is it fair that you go to McDonald's and you pay, for example,
Based on color.
right, or well,
Hey, sunshine, you're
based
gonna
on
pay.
race?
You're gonna pay $3 and
Yeah,
65 cents for those fries.
it
But I'm
doesn't
gonna
make
give that fluffy
sense.
white girl. She's gonna pay $2 for
So
those
let's say a
fries.
Happy Meal is $5. Again, this is an example. Let's say somebody came in and they paid for a Happy Meal for $5 just because you can afford a $10 price, does that make it right that you pay the $10 price? No, that
Now,
logic
I do,
doesn't make sense.
but it does exist. There is a global charging system
No, no, no,
now
no.
that if you're in
Yes,
Brook,
no, it
if
does
you're made, let's
exist.
just put like you're in New York or something, based on a specific neighborhood, online shopping and everything. That's why they said use a
Yeah,
VPN.
but
If
that's
you're in a
everybody
neighborhood
though.
and zip code, okay, I know that. I'm just giving you an example that they are charging
No, no, no,
five,
no, no.
10 bucks based on
It's there's a
deliveries, items.
it's a sliding scale, yes.
So I get it but I don't feel the system isn't working here right now, and there are multiple reasons we
Well,
came here.
what I'm saying is the logic of if you can't afford it, then you shouldn't be there. That is
Which
just
is the
doesn't make
same.
sense.
There was another story out that I just seen on Facebook that I was going to cover on another day. They said that if you don't, basically in a nutshell, if you don't like the noise, if you don't like the motorcycles, only poor people have to go through that in
No,
the
bullshit.
Philippines. Not
Bullshit.
true.
Bullshit.
You can be in a place that costs 1,000, 1,200, which is a lot of rent here. Okay,
Yeah.
a lot of rent
You
here.
will hear the
And
same
you're still
shit.
going to
That's
hear the same
bullshit.
shit. And we said you're going to leave that subdivision, like we used to talk about Candy Palace when we visit. As soon as you get out on the main street and turn the block, you don't even have to turn the block. You're still in somewhat a ghetto area. If you are blindfolded and brought from America and put near Candy Palace or in a certain neighborhood like T-Mog and you go right
Even if you're in
outside,
Candy Palace, you
you're
will
going to be
still
like, where
hear
the
the shit.
hell am I? It's just everything. It's the infrastructure versus whatever. So it is what you get. It is what you pay for. I can go into a condo. We could go to Clark right now. There are some, you go out, pay for a condo that costs 70, 80,000 pesos a month, and we'll lose a lot of the noise. We don't have to worry about nobody going through our trash. But I told George, I'm not paying $1,000 US more to lose a man picking through my trash and the goddamn barking dogs. Are you kidding me? We'll put that in the bank or I'll buy a bunch of goddamn donuts. I'm not going to pay $1,000 to get rid of the noise. So a lot of people don't even look at oh, well, they're just broken bitching, because
No,
a
no,
lot
no,
of the
no, no,
comments were
no.
50-50 on the Filipinos. Oh, I hate these white expats that come here and blah blah blah, and if they don't like it, then they need to pay more and go move somewhere else in a richer area in the Philippines, go to IT Park or go here. And to me, that's putting yourself in a bubble. And I didn't come here to live among these goddamn old expats that are also bitching. I mean, it's we part of the reason we left America was all the shit they're sitting around talking about now. Bullshit politics, how they're banging the girls, how they're drinking and drugging, and all the bullshit they get away with shit, and this bullshit vlogging shit. We didn't come here for that. People ask why we don't hang out with expats. Because you're stuck on the couch all day. It's called we're not fucking going to waste our time or money, bitches.
Guys, do whatever you want. That's the point.
We wouldn't be doing it in America. Why the fuck is Jojo Gogo and these others out there in a full adventure 24/7? Your old ass would be sitting on the couch anyways.
Oh, okay. Now,
What's
okay.
with all this extra bullshit?
Now, again,
Truth.
in all honesty, okay. Nothing against anybody in particular.
Look at me, I'm in Thailand. Look at me, I'm in Vietnam. Look at me, I banged her yesterday.
Just know your limits. No, again, I'm not picking on anybody in particular. Know your limits. That's the rule number one. Know your limits. Know what you can do and cannot do.
No, your ass wouldn't be doing that.
Whether it's banging somebody, whether it's climbing a mountain, whether it's swimming, know your limits, please. Because again, at our age, aka you do not recover like you used to.
You're not
That's
gonna
all
have
I'm
that little
saying.
Asian bar to grab onto.
Your breathing, your breath control
Dallas.
is not the same as it used to be. Your stamina, your strength is not what it used to be. All I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Not I think they overspend. Same guy. I
Well,
can
same
foresee Joe Go
Same
going
thing.
broke in 5 years.
Money-wise,
My woman
money-wise,
left
same
me.
thing.
This disappeared. That
Yeah,
disappeared.
your
How's that
recovery
channel
rate when it
going
comes
now?
to money thing, again, it's not the same.
Oh, and let me give a warning, as we do and have been. This is a discussion. This is a live stream. This is a what if, whatever. Shouldn't even have to tell you guys this shit. So basically, it's not indefinites and shit, but it's pretty real. But these same guys, we see it happen all the time. They tuck their tails, they leave. They They go broke. They end up homeless. There's more and more and more homeless going on here. Could it happen to me? Yeah, but my dumbass ain't out there blowing up money and eating at. Like, I seen a TikTok couple. They go out to eat every day at one of these Western restaurants. Your ass ain't got that much money going on. The guy did not have a ton of savings, one pension. And I'm like, how and why? So you can do TikTok. You know, when we first got here, and when we left the United States, we did have a larger amount of money. And we found we were buying this camera, this SD card. We were going to restaurants. We were going on trips. And it's like, we're burning through the money. It was never, you're just going to start burning through your money. So, anyways,
Well,
we're
that's the
off
early
thing.
stage, yes.
Yeah. So,
Now, okay, where are we? Next one would be, hold on.
and we're going to get your guys' comments, and we're going to make sure you guys do a thumbs
Oh,
up,
I
kick
think
the
this is the balut
algorithm.
stage. I think I should take out the balut out of the fridge, just for you.
No.
Okay.
I
Next.
think I'll do a reaction video to eating spaghetti. I've never had spaghetti before.
All right, next one. No. Yeah. Why do you hate Phil? This directed to Heidi, obviously. Why do you hate Filipino food?
Oh,
In
no.
that one video, you made a face when you saw you ate polvoron cookies the other day. If
Yeah, I
you
made a
don't like our
face.
culture or food, why don't you just go home? Oh, damn.
I don't like the Filipino food. I don't have to like anything.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What do you
Pump
mean
the
you don't like the
brakes.
Filipino food?
All right, so here's the deal. You all have said in the past that if you don't like this, why do you stay? And if you don't like it, you can leave. And why do you say this? Because wherever Heidi's going to be, Heidi's going to say whatever, down to being rejected out of the Philippines. That's first off. Number two, I don't have to like the food, the people, or anything. I do. I'm going to pick and choose like I would in the motherfucking United States and say what I'm going to say. That, by the way, I did eat those up after a while. I got my second dose of steroids and I did finish those cookies up. But it tends to be the main complaint about the Filipino food, and I do find it. And that's another thing. The guy said, based on your income, only poor people eat the Filipino food, like anything salty, sugary, fried. It's the food here in the Philippines. It doesn't matter your income. It's greasy, and you can still be charged $60 for it if you go to a fancy restaurant.
Well, actually, again, for example,
Over salted, over sugar. They got good food, but
right. For example, that's a myth. Again, for example, when I ate what's that? Lechon kawali. It was 500 pesos. That's not cheap.
no, it's going up. That's a day's wages for somebody.
Yeah, and
Fast food,
and
grocery
that
store
doesn't even
clerk,
include
cashier,
rice. That's just
manager.
the meat. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Mhm.
that's Filipino food, straight up Filipino food. I've never seen, lechon kawali in the U.S. ever in my entire life. Never have I seen lechon kawali. But guess what? I paid 500 pesos for it.
No, the
So-
prices are going up. We've noticed.
Well, it's always kind of.
Well, they're all going up. So, but I do like the food. I just don't have to like it all.
You don't have to. I mean,
I think some of the Filipino food, like some other Asian, I think it could be fresher. But then again, vegetables here are up in price. But it's not like people said, like I hear Gio say. He said that and I've seen his videos. The food is fresher and seems to be more whatever in Thailand and Vietnam. They seem to have a different cuisine. It's salty, sugary, and oily here. And
now let's
yeah, and
Yeah, what
the
I'm saying is,
Kapampangan food kind of. There's
let's
pluses and minuses.
let's go to an
but
extreme example. You don't have to go visit a place and love their food. Nobody's forcing you.
yeah, a lot of people when they get to America,
mean-
they can't. They just continue to eat their Korean food or
Like if you guys go
Hispanic.
to India, for example, you think you'll eat their food? Just saying. I mean, I know I will.
Not
But what I'm
eating those
saying is,
cookies no more.
a lot of you guys, I know for a fact, judging from what's going on TikTok, a lot of you won't touch that food. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I'll eat it. You know what I'm saying? But that's my choice, my preference, my opinion. But what I'm saying is nobody's forcing anybody else.
Like watching Go Go Jojo and that other the Pina P.
Anyway,
Nobody's forcing me to
point
watch
being
that
is
shit.
Nobody's forcing anybody to like.
Why do you all
anybody's food.
insist that somebody likes these goddamn channels? I don't even insist you guys like us. Your asses are just here, aren't you? Right? So
Whoa.
it's the bullshit of I like the regular guy and I like this person and they give the best advice. Okay, that's your opinion. You'd have people say we're liquid gold or just shit. Some days I'm shit and some days I'm gold, and George just sits here looking around.
She didn't mean it like that.
Oh, I meant it. You trust and believe anything that came out of my mouth. I meant it.
Yeah, but you said it in a somewhat like kind of not so nice way.
No talent is no talent.
Whoa!
Better that you go back to recording videos again.
Whoa!
Mm-hmm. Go on and record your videos.
You talking to
Multiple people.
Okay, I was
Go
gonna
back to your old
say-
jobs.
What? Anyway,
Anyway,
next.
you don't think we don't know things?
Anyway,
I'm just a lonely man in a basement in the U.S.
yeah, that's
I could be hiding out here in the
don't
Philippines.
get me started because there's a lot of vloggers that
And there's a bunch of
again,
wannabes that
live
wish
in the
they were us
basement in
and
the
banging Heidi
US.
this morning. Hashtag pound Heidi.
Wait, what?
Pound Heidi.
Anyway.
You know the old emblems. Pound.
Oh, look, Mom! Look who's over here. It's Geo and Panda.
Oh, she's asleep. I was going to pick her up. So,
Yeah.
anyways,
Geo's right
I'm
here.
ranting again because, and y'all know I just
Where was I?
like
Okay.
to stir the shit.
Okay.
Y'all just wish you were us, whether we're faking our numbers, whether we're sitting on a couch, whether I'm banging George in the bathroom, caught me banging on the counter.
Okay.
It
So
was me.
all
Caught me messing with the cats. Yeah, that was me. Caught her eating a donut. Yeah, that
Wasn't
was me.
me.
And you hate me. Every pound of me, for every pound of me, you hate me. So get the fuck over it.
Wasn't me.
Anyways, wasn't me.
Okay. This may or may not apply to you guys. Okay. It says, why do you, of course, obviously they're addressing Heidi here. Why do
Yeah,
you
he pulled them that are
refuse
based
to
to
learn
me.
Tagalog?
Oh,
You've been
no,
here
we're
for years. It's so disrespectful that you force everyone to speak English to you. Are you just lazy?
Sure the fuck am. One, it's a little complicated, and I've got like a brain. I'm like dyslexic and ADHD and part narcissist. I mean, just kidding. The answer is I just feel I'm too old. I've
That's
tried. I
actually
do know
that
a
is an
few
actual
Hanford.
accurate scientific answer.
Yeah, the older you get, it's harder.
Correct.
And I do know some. And I have heard people say, well, they speak English in the Philippines, so you don't learn. Probably should, and I do. I mean, I've actually went through, and for like 2-3 months I was at nighttime, I run these audio tracks. I was playing it was playing in my sleep. It's not that I haven't tried. It's not the easiest language either, and I wouldn't be the first foreigner in another country that never did. I use my translator. I do feel odd sometimes. I'm 5 years in. If I haven't picked up on most of it's just not my focus. I do.
Easy language, really.
I tried to hand George a double vitamin this morning. So my memory with my medical, I'm not going to blame it all on that, but I'm just not retaining a whole lot here lately. So,
And in all fairness, anybody our age would have a hard time.
I'm
Again,
special.
what I'm saying is a lot of foreigners go to, or rather Americans go to Mexico, and instead of learning the language, they decide to like yell louder, like it'll make the Mexicans understand them. I need to go to the bathroom. No, that's not gonna make them understand you.
Barrio.
You know what I'm saying?
Barrio.
It's not gonna make them understand you better. Same thing in the Philippines. It's not gonna
Well,
make
they
you
do
understand
that to
better.
old people anyways.
Well, that's
Do you need a drink?
yeah. Although speaking slower does help because again, for our brains, again, if you're learning,
George does that too.
yeah, if you speak
Do you want a donut before I come
right,
back out of the
exactly.
kitchen?
So no, speaking slower does help because for example, if you know Spanish, a lot of Spanish cultures do rapid fire. It's no different than Filipino.
Yeah, I do speak really quick, and so when a lot of people, I'm like, they didn't catch what I said. They
Yeah.
just.
So it doesn't mean that
I don't want the. I already
even if
stick
they
out like
did
a sore
understand
thumb.
English, right? They don't understand it if you're speaking fast.
I speak just fine. You heard me. I not only translated
Right.
Rafi Tulfo the other day,
But don't speak like you're speaking slow motion. Just slow it down.
and
That's
I'm going
all
to answer
saying.
you real quick because we're going to go through the comments afterwards. Ruby says, "Didn't you learn Spanish in the U.S.? Why?" I came from, you guys know that I was segregated. That's how old I am. I literally was in the US segregation system. They bussed us to the black side of town. They put the blacks in our neighborhood. I'm that old that I went through segregation and still remember all that stuff. So all this woke shit of, you should be this and I'm not saying you're woke. What I'm saying is I shouldn't have had to learn Spanish in America. I'm not like against immigration and all this shit that's going on that's really messed up in the US right now, but I also didn't feel that should have been. When I was in high school, there was French, German, and other languages. I took the French and German. I did not take Spanish. When my high school finished up in Florida, and there was not the amount of Spanish people that are there, in the 80s that are there now. I didn't see the necessity. And if it wasn't for George knowing, what do you know, probably 90% and reading the street signs, my ass didn't even think about that before we left America. Like, I didn't understand nothing on those signs. And I'm driving and George is falling asleep. He's like, what does that sign say? And so the reason I'm bringing up the shit is I still am old school. I'm still old school to some extent. A little
Well,
racist,
we all are, because
a little weird,
we're all somewhat the
but
same age.
I think it's the
age
way a lot of
era.
people like, oh well, you're racist in this. Yeah, I was raised with George Carlin and what was that other comedian we were talking about the other day?
Well, I mean, what I'm saying is
The
for
one that caught on fire.
Huh?
What was the comedian that Richard Pryor? Oh, I shouldn't have said caught on
Yeah, I
fire.
was
It's the
gonna
only way.
say.
It's because we just seen him in his documentary the other day. But the whole point is that's the stuff
Yeah.
I'm raised on. If it offends
Chevy
you,
Chase
then get
and
the
Richard
hell
Pryor,
on.
yeah.
But I didn't see the point or any part of it. So it's kind of how I feel now about Tagalog. I get so fucking tired of them saying, well, you're living in the Philippines, you need to, and you need to this on the culture. Like I keep seeing these bullshit blabbers in the expat forums and out and about on their channel talking about you need to this and you need to that. And yeah, sure, I do to some extent. I am free to travel wherever I want, how I want, this way, that way. I'm free to travel the earth like a human. It doesn't mean I got to suck down their culture and swallow everything that they
Correct.
hand me,
You
like I
don't.
did George this
You're
morning.
not supposed to completely
Just go ahead, George.
assimilate
Do
the
it.
culture. That just doesn't make sense.
Go ahead, George. Show what happened this morning. No, just suck it down. There it is.
All right.
So
Now,
yeah, I mean, they tell you to, but is that real reality? What kind of person is pushing the shit of, oh, well, you need to do this and yeah, if I'm going to somebody's house, a lot of people are like, well, why'd you cover when you went into somebody's house when you were this, and that? Because they're Muslim. And that's what the women are doing. And if you're in certain countries, then you're going to cover like I was in Egypt. It was respect. You're going to get respect out of me, but it doesn't mean
that's gonna be your,
right.
you.
Yeah, you have a level of respect. You adapt. I'm adapting, but it doesn't mean that I have to go into
You don't have to assimilate it.
something like that. That's just being
You don't have to
real.
live the life. I mean, you're just
Living la vida loca,
right.
bitch.
Doesn't. I mean, I
La
get the saying that
vida
when in Rome. Yeah, when in Rome, you do what the Romans do, but that doesn't mean you will
have to
become
eat
Roman.
pizza all the time and
Nobody's
suck down
asking you to.
spaghetti. Yeah.
Right. No.
Still gonna live my life.
Correct.
Because we keep, like I said, I mentioned earlier that somebody was saying that, oh, if you keep talking about that Carrie girl and dogging her, she's going to come after you or they're going to sue you and throw you out of the country. I said, bitch, let them do it. This bitch ain't afraid. I'm not going to shut my face
she
based
hasn't
on
done
it.
anything real. Heidi hasn't said anything
Well,
bad.
it's because people get butthurt all the way around, that they think that this is 1940 and that I'm just supposed to. But it's okay for the other channels to say talk shit about channels, talk shit about the culture. And then all of a sudden I'm on the front of their thumbnails talking about, oh, Heidi said this stupid about somebody. I'm like, okay, keep promoting us. Thank you very much. But the whole point is what's good for the goose evidently isn't good for the crackers or something.
Anyway, Joseph Relaford says, now this is somewhat important because again, like this is talking about language. Joseph Relaford says one of the words that you guys should learn is walang pera.
Walang pera.
What does that
Feliz Navidad.
What's that mean, Papa?
Walang.
Walang pera. Joseph Rutherford says, walang pera. Guys, you need to learn this. This is important to you guys.
How much?
No.
Where are you going?
Magkano po is
Magkano
walang
po?
pera. Wala or walang. The
Told you.
walang means I don't have any. Wala means none. So
Out of stock.
walang means I don't have any.
I don't have out of stock.
And then
Walang pera.
pera is money.
Probably should, but
Walang
I'd be
pera.
lucky to remember to feed the cats.
So remember that. Walang pera. The reason why this is important because a lot of people will hit you up because the way you dress or whatever, or
even in this
obviously
shirt,
you can't. Well, you can't change your skin.
Ah.
No offense. You can't hide your skin. Anyway.
Oh, I try though.
Yeah, I know it doesn't work.
I do. I tell them I'm capping Ponga and try to get away
This
with
is
it.
weird. Anyway, this is a weird question. Have you ever used gayuma? Gayuma is a Filipino word. It's an old Filipino word.
Which means?
It means love potion. Have you ever used gayuma on George? Is that why he stays? My
What's with the
auntie
Filipino
says
questions?
she senses bad spirits around you during your live stream.
That's because we were punching each other out like Ike and Tina before the live streams. That's the bad spirit shit you've been getting. But the answer is yes.
What?
Oh, look at the kitten, George.
Now, when Heidi
Look at her,
says,
she's trying to get your
no,
water.
when Heidi
George,
says
look.
punching, she means like this, you know.
Here, look at the kitten over there, George. There goes your phone. Move back. Move your mic so they can see the kitten. She's after his water bottle. Is that Bella? Oh, bowling ball. It is Bella. There's the new kitten. Anyways, okay. So the answer is yes. You guys are talking to somebody that's got a few generations of Wiccan or Wicked in them. So yes, I did. And that's probably why he's here. So he doesn't know it. I put a spell on him. When he first started coming to the house, he was using my hairbrush, which was his mistake. I then took the hair candle, wrote his name on a paper, took his ID, driver's license, photocopied it, and after I printed it out, and then I burned it, and then you're supposed to soak it in water. And I definitely put something on you. Because here you are, no matter.
On you.
Here he is. That's the truth. Okay, next. That is the truth. I actually wonder why he wasn't going around. I was like, damn it, I can reverse that shit, but
Right.
I need somebody to take the laundry.
Speaking of which, I do need my hair dyed. So next time, I know you guys mentioned my hair was dyed. No, I'm gonna dye my hair soon.
Need to get a damn haircut.
I'm starting to see a lot of white.
But you ain't got no questions about my education in there?
Education. All right.
And remember, guys, you can send these in. These are some odd statements. They either come through our messenger, they've been left in our comments. There's a bunch in the
chat right now.
Well, yeah, we'll go through that.
Yeah,
but
we'll
send us stories or what we think about this channel and any of it can be fair game. And it's not going to normally be on Friday. It's because George has something to do tomorrow. So we're doing the live today. So every Saturday in the Philippines or Friday night in the United States is when it'll be.
Well, it's somewhat.
So it's still Friday night, almost the same time frame, yeah. But it'll be every Saturday Philippine time.
Oh, Mary. All right. Anyway, now this is the one I started with today.
No donuts. No donuts.
Why do you act like a doña? Again, rich lady, or doña is the female version of Don.
Oh, he read that in the beginning. Yeah, right. He was giving you guys a teaser.
When we know you're living on basic pension, stop pretending you're wealthy. Rich people don't vlog.
I'm telling you, these trolls are out today.
Well, that's not necessarily a troll. It could be a legit question.
Well, we've had a lot worse.
So again, why do you act like a doña when we know you're living on basic pension?
I do.
Stop
I think
pretending
they
you're
just
wealthy.
see me as being rich. To me, I was below or at middle class because you have to hit a certain bracket. And my family is paycheck to paycheck with some savings. So I don't think I am. I think in the appearance they think I am. But here's the thing. I feel the other Filipinos are doing way better than us in this neighborhood.
Oh my God.
E-trikes, bikes and cars are lined up at each of these houses with only 2 or 3 people living in there. And some own all 3. And I don't care if it's payments or not. Their clothes are definitely nicer than mine. Their shoes are nicer than ours. It doesn't matter if it's fake jewelry. They've got the jewelry, fake or not. And their kids are dressed to the T. Their costumes this year were getting fancier. They're always doing competitions up at the actual basketball court. They're in full costumes. I know that stuff costs a couple thousand
No,
pesos.
this
Where are
is
they getting 3 and 4
this
days
is a
wages
real
to
thing.
dress up for, whether it's a drag show competition, whether it's a TikTok dancing? They're always spending money.
The
So
reality
I'm
is,
not a
yeah.
donya here. The reality is in the last 5 years that I've been here, it just seems like there's an excessive amount of money, and I'm kind of the opposite now. Why? I can't remake this money. I'm allowed to work here. I'm disabled, so I don't do it as being disabled. And this shit doesn't count for the trolls. These bullshitters saying, "Oh, well, you are working for a living." No. The whole point is I can't replace it unless I totally go off a disability and go out and get a job. Could I probably go to a
even
call
then-
center at Clark and get something? Probably, but not with my disability. I can only stand for so long, sit for so long without getting up. So there's multiple medical conditions I couldn't anyways. But my point is I can't remake this money. So I do bitch about the prices because I know Filipinos can't afford it for the most part. They can't afford certain rents. They can't afford the gas is still US price here. Gas can run $4 or $5 a gallon here. And I'm like, where do people get the money? So I don't feel I'm a donya. I don't dress that. I keep all my good jewelry put somewhere else. I don't wear extra necklaces. I think they see my skin color and feel that I feel I'm better. There's nothing here we brag about except for the damn cats, the donuts, and George that I would say that makes me like superior, like some of these guys. Oh, look at me, I'm on vacation. Or look at me, I just bought a car. Or look at me, I just bought my lady this. Or I'm having another party. Or I'm doing this. Like we keep seeing the repeat in Dumageddon is a lot of my references today. That they just did another Christmas party. The same group of people, the same group of expat vloggers and their ladies. It's called the First Wives and Men Club over there. They're running constant parties. They have been for the last month, and I'm like, another party.
Well, trust me. Here's the thing.
So it's that's not what I'm doing, but I think they see me. I'm just ghetto fabulous, man. That's about
Yeah.
it.
And again, I'm not patting the Filipinos on the back
Hi,
here.
Sarah.
The reality is, a lot of these YouTubers, they don't tell you this, but when they arrive here, they get humbled.
What is
Because if they go to the most expensive places in the Philippines, it's actually literally 8 out of 2. 8 Filipinos versus 2 foreigners in these most really expensive places. And that's a fact. And Heidi has seen this personally with her own 2 eyes.
That's who
Doesn't
fills
matter where you're at.
Boracay. That's who fills
Correct.
Siargao. That's who fills these casinos. And like you're going, who do you think's in Landers?
You will-
Literally,
yes,
ice cream is
mostly
$12 for a
Filipinos.
pint, where it's $6 in the.
How many foreigners you see in Landers?
Just a couple white people here and there.
Yeah. And out of how many Filipinos?
They're
You can't even
all-
count them.
No,
No.
people are.
And
You know,
yeah, all
something's
these
up.
Filipinos drive around in nice new cars.
I'm trying to figure out. I must have missed a previous statement, but Ruby says, "Do you get George's ATM pin too? Where would that have been linked to?" Yeah. First off, he has all my information, Social Security. We have a joint account. We each have our own account. He has access to take Social Security if need. We share everything. If he needs something, I don't withhold money. Now, I'm not going to let him buy up a bunch of gaming shit, or if you turn George loose, he likes to shop, food or otherwise. I can't blame you for that. When we had unlimited money, that was a little different. But besides that, there's
But even then, you can trust me. I would never
right.
use
So
it.
that's it. And same vice versa. George's company, I had his credit card to his company. I had access to the bank account, all office documents. So the point is, we've both never had any line like you hear the financial abuse. It's a real thing in America when these Filipinos show up, and it's definitely a real thing now. I guarantee the creepy shit that goes on behind all of these vloggers. All these vloggers you see, they keep claiming they show you and tell you everything, and then in the end you see them all breaking up, and then you find out there's cheating, financial withholding, the guys drink, she drinks, there's pushing, fighting. Real life is happening with these couples. But the financial abuse is a big thing here and in America with the Filipinos. That's the sad part is people, whatever stereotypical shit you think goes on with me is probably going on. My attitude, some controlling shit, the fighting, vice versa, all this other shit. But it's the same with the guys. They're drinking. They're quick to cheat on their Filipinas. They hold back money from them. They don't give them any access to anything. They don't share. And it's not every couple, but it's quite a few of them. So especially with the large age gap of 10 years or more, they're probably definitely treating them like kids, probably even like their grandkids. So anyways, that's all I got to say. But yes, we share everything. So I don't know where that came from. So
All right. So it says, I heard a rumor you're actually retired or disabled. You're working illegally online. Okay.
yeah.
Are you paying your Philippine taxes, or are you just another illegal immigrant leeching off the islands? Interesting.
I'm just illegal alien leeching off the Philippine
What's that song?
island.
I'm an illegal alien.
Yeah, we've had that over the years. I've Yeah, that's weird. First off, I've got a fans only situation going on there. That's how I make
Actually,
my money. I have George feeding me donuts.
not
and rubbing
related
oil,
to the
chicken oil
subject.
on me.
Related but unrelated. Me and Heidi were talking about Heidi's immigration yesterday.
Yeah.
And again, not because of this question. Actually, again, like I said, I don't really know these questions. I'm not familiar with them. But I did ask Heidi on, okay, how's your immigration? What's the status? What do we need to do? Yada yada yada. Let's go. Well, go on.
Yeah, it's permanent residence, and that's pretty much it. We're just renewing a card and yearly whatever. So
Right. No,
with
no,
permanent
no. Yeah.
residency and my temporary last year, I had the ability to work again. My health has declined in the last 2 years. George was asking more questions about my swelling, my breathing issues, my lupus, all these other things that would keep me. Plus, there are other physical things, and there are neurological issues for sure. So, the ability of my permanent Social Security and me being able to work, whether it's physical or brain wise, I know it may seem like I'm sharp. I claim no responsibility of what I say in this live streams. It's like temporary insanity, and they say, "Yep." So, um, that I legally can. Here's the thing, we've discussed this before, Snoopy ass. Listen here, Snoopy, we know who you are that's asking these questions. That there cannot be two owners to this channel. I do not even work part time. I do not work at all. I would talk shit about you for free. Sit your asses down before you bust something open.
Yeah, I do a
dude.
lot of background stuff more than you guys realize, and then
Yeah, so it's not even that, but I think they're referencing that I'm doing something else online. Any of the I don't do anything. You can't get away with that. Your social security number would still be used here in reference to anything. So I don't do online teaching. I don't do any of the side hustles or nothing. I'm not going
we don't have a
to
Sari store.
No. So I do have the ability, and if I did, then you have to legally pay taxes here. A lot of people think if I get a job here at a call center, I'm paying everything back in the US. No, I would have to file here. Wherever you work, whether it is online, you owe here, not the US. Do other people file some other shit, not the proper documents? Yes, they do. So make sure you just do it legal. But no, I don't do anything else.
Okay. It says
The channel has been in George's name from the very beginning. We never expected to see anything from it. I mean, possibility only 3 to 5% get monetized of any money. So the possibility that everybody else is, it's not as many as you think. It's just the ones that are coming up in your feed, but a lot of them get little to no money for it.
Well,
So,
and I'm
but
gonna be honest with you. Whoa, that's new.
oh, that's different.
Whoa.
Something just popped up and said somebody potentially has an inappropriate message. They're being held. It's literally telling us to go look for it.
What the?
Huh, that is different.
That is new. What? I don't see anything though.
It got held totally. So somebody used.
Somebody made an interesting comment, I guess.
Right. So
But there's
because
nothing
it's
there.
yeah, it's nothing here. So they held it all the way. It's going to be
Yeah,
in
so
YouTube itself. YouTube.
If
felt-
somebody, one of you guys, made an inappropriate comment, it's not us. The fact that we got a message that
we
never
have
seen
held
before,
words for specific reasons.
but that's new though. I've never seen
But
that message.
something had to be said, whether it was
Whoa.
total derogatory. Like when I've asked ChatGPT to make something, it actually tells me they won't make it. Like I asked for a fat white expat. They actually told me no. For the thumbnail, and they were like, "We will not make things based on."
Well, yeah,
and then I asked
AI is
overweight
starting
or
to be
obese.
restricted. Yes.
Yeah, so it's kind of so somebody said something that got held. So good for you guys.
Yeah. Okay. It says, admit it. You're only living in the Philippines.
Here, 1 second. Let me
Okay.
answer Rue because it's with your SSS disability pension. Does this disallow any source of income? Yes and no. Mine is not free welfare, so fuck all you that have been saying that the Americans are getting free handouts.
She paid for her
Since I was
disability.
15, it's been nonstop. Overtime,
Yeah.
other jobs,
It's
everything.
paid disability. It's not.
So it's not a handout. The ones that are born into disability or don't work their entire life or work a few hours or work a year or two and then get handouts for the rest of their life, those, in my opinion, are the ones, or to the foreigners that don't put it hardly into the system and then they claim all of a sudden and all this shit. There's some truth to what's going on in the US. They need to correct the system. And there's like, well, that could affect you too, Heidi. Well, good. When they go through and they take my permanent disability and they run me through their goddamn chat GPT, they're going to get the same goddamn result like that, you know? So the whole thing is based on my SSDI that I paid into my entire life, that my disability is permanent. I am allowed to go into what they feel. Like, let's say that I want to. There is I don't have it in front of me. I think you are allowed to work 20 or 30 hours. And it's definitely within me being on this channel. Paid into my Social Security.
Yeah, let's say
showing full work.
Even if Heidi owned this channel, even if she did, she would still qualify. Put it that way.
Right. So am I? Yes. And it's only going to be another, 5 or 6 years, and I'm going to be into my regular Social Security. So it's only going to be a few more years before it flips into my regular pension, and then I can do whatever. But I have no intention. I can barely get through my day. Honest truth is yesterday I barely got to the bank, the medicine, the cat food place, because my muscle are so weak and everything is hurting so bad, and I got so many things going on. It's just hard. The heat, there's a lot of medical issues. So me having the ability to do any work whatsoever long term would just be an impossible.
And again, guys, the weight is actually not the real issue here.
Oh, it is some. We already discussed
Well,
that.
lupus.
It doesn't help.
Lupus. Here's the thing again, for the uneducated, most lupus victims I know start out skinny, and then they gain weight because due to lupus,
I'm on
that's
steroids.
that's the side effect. Is on steroids or whatever. Look at Selena Gomez again.
Well,
I mean, I don't know how she controls her weight. I'm sure she's doing other stuff to control.
I've always been plus size, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, Heidi." We keep seeing the other channels like Heidi's
you're
fat,
not plus
and that's
size.
why.
You're big bone. There's a difference.
Okay, so
No. There's
big.
big bone is a real thing.
I get that. Bless your little heart. What I'm saying is they can't blame it. It doesn't help my condition. I'm
Correct, and that's what I'm
self-aware.
saying.
I'm
Lupus
self-aware.
does affect you, and that's a side effect.
I'm in the middle of organ failure. I'm in the middle of neurological issues, migraines, anemia. A lot of people are like, why you even come? Why you even talk about it? Because I want it to be real for you that I could be Kelly at that hospital. One wipe out of something, I get it, but my same treatments are going on here that would be going on in the US. But I mean, no. I mean, am I allowed to work? Back to this question. Am I allowed to? The answer is yes. There are programs that would allow me to do something, but the ability to do it would be me doing a 2, 3 hour or 2 hours or 6 hours a week worth of live streaming. I'm not out hitting the street showing like that. I hate to say it. There was this guy that was that blind guy. He was not only painting and taking his artwork and selling it in town,
Oh,
he
damn.
also was vlogging and walking around and
Yeah.
out with the monkeys and somehow editing his own stuff because he said he could still see 30%. So the whole point is the man was running his own channel, out and about doing that, reselling his stuff, painting and running a business in the Philippines, but yet he was having his Crohn's medicine sent by his grandmother, which is highly
That's
illegal.
actually illegal.
You
Yes.
cannot send medicine through FedEx. You cannot
What Heidi?
he was filling his
What Heidi's
medication through a
saying? He should
supplement.
not be outside the U.S. Period. The end.
Yeah, he was on born disability.
Yeah.
So he was collecting a check he shouldn't
That's
have.
not the same
Supposedly,
thing. That is not the same
I'm not going to
thing.
give a name of the guy
That's not paid disability. That's free disability,
that he was born into. And then the other problem was is the medicine was being sent. He was using a
which is
supplement. You're
illegal.
not allowed to be outside the US and get a supplement that's paying for your medicine. And then he had his grandmother send it to him. So he was doing everything down the line, and that would be what you're not allowed to
It's kind of
actually
like
do.
Heidi. Could Heidi have done the same thing because there's medicine that doesn't exist here for Heidi? Could she have done the same thing? Yes. However, that's illegal. Illegal. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to have the medicine sent to, for example, her Heidi's family, and then they send it to us. That's illegal. You're not supposed to do that.
Oh, they do, but
No, no, no.
not
I
me.
mean,
What I'm
no,
saying
not
is
not
people
us,
mail it
but
and they
other
get away
people
with it. But
do.
yes, if FedEx catches it or whatever,
Yeah.
they're like, "Well, I do it all the time," and they said it was okay according to the systems. It's not. But anyways, I didn't want to get into this. Where
Well, you're the one who
yeah, I got it.
did. But anyway,
Yeah,
it says okay. Admit it. You're only living in the Philippines because you're broke in your home country. You're not retiring early. You're technically hiding from debt conditions, right?
yeah, of course. First off, it's been almost long enough that whatever debt I left behind would be gone.
Well,
True.
first off, Heidi, that's sarcasm.
No,
No.
it's not. I left some shit behind. I don't give a shit.
What? Anyway,
Anyways,
regardless, if we did owe debt, it would have been wiped
and
out
I've
clean by
been
now.
disabled since 2008. So when we left, it was strictly because the pandemic, the business, a lot of the small businesses folded, and it would definitely be folded by now. But the price changes, the employees. So a lot of people did believe we were running. They still say we're running. They still say I'm on a probation or I'm didn't pay this and that we're both criminals. And it's like, well, yeah, message me and I'll tell you exactly what it is. We already cleared that air a long time ago. But the whole point is my life has been clear for 15, 20 years. And you want to talk about old shit. But the whole deal is that no, we're not running from anything. No, nothing is it. No. So what was the first part of that about being broke or well, I mean, yeah, we're not on, Georgia's social security doesn't come for another 5, 6, 7 years. So we are only on one plus his money for the YouTube plus savings, but we're not these dumbasses that is one dick stroke inside of a Filipino of being homeless.
Well, first off, if we were in the U.S., honestly,
Might be from stroking him.
well, I wouldn't say we're broke. Honestly, again, the reality is I had a good amount of savings and everything.
Yeah, the
in the
jobless.
U.S. Point being is,
If we'd have stayed
if
in
anything
that,
ever happened in the U.S., anything short of a heart bypass, financially we could handle it without insurance. Point being is, yeah, we were okay in the
but
U.S.
now that we
Now it's a
don't
different
have that and there's
story
no way to get other jobs,
because,
we still have a pension. We
well,
still
yeah,
have
because
money
you
coming
guys
in.
have to remember, it is an investment to move to the Philippines. It is an investment to fly over here. It is an investment to pay for,
Yeah, we're
your
not.
first, last security. It's an investment to buy every freaking
Well,
furniture there is.
here's another thing.
Yeah.
Just because I bitch about prices, just because we don't buy a new car, doesn't mean now we don't have the ability to build a new house. If I have a heart attack and we need 80,000 US, yeah, we could be in trouble. So to most of you or some that are just pretending that they got all of that, most can't handle that anyways in the US. We are and was an upper to middle class
Well,
family
and
in the
also
US.
a lot of people don't realize.
Here they consider us middle to upper class with our income, but the funny thing is if we wanted to go to Japan right now, we'd have to cut into savings. We don't have it like that to buy a new car all of a sudden, or we can handle little things like George said. We were able to buy the small computer when it went down. We're able to replace, well, we'd have to go into savings on another AC unit, but the whole thing is that we're not, we do good just what we're doing. It'd be the same in the retirement in the US, except for with the costs now and being as we were not paying a house off. That's what would have set us back is with this all this excessive rent. And look at Pigsy. She's tapping on the kitten. Watch her. Look at her. Isn't
Right.
that cute? The kittens. Oh, be nice, Pigsy Bear.
Yeah, and here's another thing. A lot of people don't realize, and
There
this
you
is
go.
why I call bullshit on a lot of things. Depending on when you buy land or a lot, a house and lot or whatever, depending on the size of the property or price of the property. Just an example, guys. Um, for example, if the hold on, I'm trying to convert things into dollars here. Again, because I think in pesos now. I know Heidi still thinks still thinks in dollars, but I
Well,
think
and
in
it's
pesos
here's the
now.
thing. Second one. Oh, go ahead while you're looking
All
that
right,
up.
so here, for example, I mean, okay, for example, you have to pay around, may or may not, depending on your contract when you buy property. It's on average of 10% of what you're paying. That what, for example, so if you're buying, for example, a $20,000 property, you have to pay 2,000 in taxes, property taxes. Well, again, I'm oversimplifying things because again, I'm not gonna go into that with you guys. This is an expat thing, not a real estate thing. So, for example, if you bought property for 20,000, add 10% leeway for the price. So, if you're buying a 20,000 property, expect to pay 22,000 just for the fees total with the property. Get it? So what I'm saying, add 10%, and that may not seem a lot, but trust me, a lot of people who are on the lower end of the spectrum, I'm not talking, because a lot of people come here, most of them, by the time they pay for their tickets and get rid of everything, they only have about $15,000 in their account.
I think people underplan. I see
Well, see, that's
where
what I'm saying.
Second Wind's talking about how he invests. He'll continue to do it to be comfortable, and some people do.
No,
We
you're
don't
you're
knock
welcome
the
to do whatever you
people
want, but
that are
it's not as cheap as a lot of people think.
right. I feel the Philippines was way more expensive. I really thought it was going to be dirt cheap here. I guess it's no longer the it's not what I thought versus the infrastructure, what goes on here, the things that you deal with. That's why a lot of people travel afterwards to other countries or return back to the US because there's so many things you would deal with. So to actually, but anyway, 1 second. No, I was just asking him if that was all the questions because we're going to start going through the
Yeah.
comments. But let's see, Ruby. Yeah, I don't know who she's.
Well,
was she-
no, I think that's for you because you mentioned.
Can your dad travel?
Yeah,
Are
that's
there
for you,
part-time
'cause you
call
mentioned-
center
you
agents
mentioned your
and
dad,
work
yeah.
from home? The work from home exists for a lot of Filipinas, but qualifying and the wages they'll pay is very low. And so, I mean, I'll answer that. As far as me, the answer is no. There's no way I could sit here 4 hours straight and be on the phone without major issues.
Oh, not to mention. Oh, wait. Well, here's the thing. Heidi can work with her visa, but a lot of expats cannot.
My disabilities would keep me from doing anything long term physically and
Right.
mentally. So,
But what
that
I'm
is the
saying
truth.
is, a lot of you guys, again, with a tourist visa, you cannot.
Yeah. So, definitely. So, go through some of the comments. What do we got? They got the thumbs up. Guys, don't forget to do.
Yeah,
the
don't forget to hit the
up.
thumbs up, share this video, you know.
Oh, okay. What happened to the Christmas tree? I'm just gonna stop at that. Hey, Lucka, good morning. It's up there. The kitten was chewing on the cords. We were afraid she was gonna get
It's on
electrocuted
top
or
of the
destroyed.
shelf.
Yeah, so
The baby's
it's
chewing on the cords.
yeah. I guess it's up
Yeah,
there.
you
It's where all
see,
the
you see the
lights.
bottom? Yeah, right there.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, the baby's chewing on the cords. We were afraid she'll get, zapped.
yeah.
Yeah.
She was. So we put stuff up on there to keep them out of it, but it's
Yeah, we didn't get a full size Christmas tree because we know the cats
there's one upstairs.
would love to
It's in
jump
the
on it and
storage room.
stuff.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
we got a
so-
smaller one.
but they still jump on it and stuff. So
You should buy subscribers. Somebody named Jack Frost, which is somebody new. You should buy subscribers. Cheap Charlie, whoever that is, has 353,000. No way he should have it. Yeah, we've been seeing several vlogging channels that are way out there. Like, we've seen a guy with like 200,000 that was an expat couple, a fil-am couple, and his views are at 23. They're saying that about us, but I'm like 25,000 and getting 1,000 views on a regular video. It's because we no longer in that algorithm of putting out videos. We do better on the live streams, and it's no longer 10% or 5%. It could be 1% of
that
views.
is a real channel.
Is it an Asian vlogger?
No,
What's
it is
his
an expat.
videos?
Yeah,
So what's he get? Yeah,
1.2.
No, there's no way.
No,
That's not even. So it could be that them are his true 1,000 views, but he doesn't have 300 something thousand. That's how you can determine. A lot of people think they've got some sort of science of how, and if they're how they can figure this out. And if they're going by the stats online, it said the other day that we got 38,000 views in one day,
which is not
which
true.
is not. Go look at our videos. How can you buy those views or get those views if they're not even showing on any of our videos? On that day, nothing increased on any of our videos. Getting 300 on a music video does not equate to 38,000. Those are lies. You cannot rely on those YouTube stats that, like somebody said, we were making 4,000 US a month, 3,000,
Don't
2,000,
believe on
800 a
Social
month.
Blade or any of those
They're
crap.
not real.
They're
and
not
they're like,
real.
oh, well, the P's making a ton of money, so that's her real numbers, or that
Actually,
is old dog's money, and it's not. None of
the
those
P
stats
makes
are
more
real.
money
That's how you
than what
can't.
Social Blade says. But anyway.
Right, so it's either under or over, but we didn't get 38,000 views on December 1. Where? I was like, did we go viral on
Honestly,
a short?
sometimes
we
we
did.
wonder about these numbers. I swear to God,
So
it
it's
doesn't even
like,
make any sense.
K Dallas is in the
Hey,
house.
K Dallas, what's up, man?
Just kind of seeing. I don't think we're going any further. I won't eat Balut, Ruby. I haven't seen regular guy in a long time because of his Beba roomies. He's been just doing a lot more live streams. He said it was easy. He's been hanging out on Walking Street. He did some biking stuff. So it's but just keep sending them. We have more. We pulled those from things that have been here the last month or two. And it's we plan to answer more like that. And I said we might as well open it up to everything. You know, not just simple things like where do you get your medicine, it could be down to anything. How's it going with this on your disability? Do you have a shower chair? Where can I get a shower chair? We want to be more open with you on that shit because there are guys, you think they're going to ask old dog where to get a shower chair because they can't stand in the shower because they got a bad hip. You realize how many guys have had hip replacement here? My whole point is that's what we're here for. We plan to get more rawer than I raw dogged my lady the other day that I picked up on Walking Street, and it's a lady boy, or I'm dating a lady boy, or good for you. Good for you. Does she need a shower chair? Who knows? But you guys get the point of why we're here. We do feel we answer pertinent questions. We do feel we're slightly entertaining. And some days you just get the dumb look on George's face that just makes your day. Let me see. Show him that look. There it is. The socially awkward situation going on here. Let me give you a vision of what happened last night and this morning. It started with 2 donuts and an egg.
Second one says George needs a 400cc or more bike. Honestly, yeah. I mean, I'm used to real motorcycles.
Hello?
Not scooters.
Hello?
Are
Hello?
they still there? I don't see anybody.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
Check the camera. I mean, we're supposed to have a delivery today, but
Yeah, the motorcycles I rode was 50cc, 150cc for a short time, and then I went to 650cc and 750cc. But no, I mean those are my last bikes. 650cc.
hello. Hi. Hi. Okay. Oh, 1 second. She's fully speaking in Tagalog.
Well, just talk to her.
No, go ahead.
What's going on?
So there it is.
Hello? Hello?
She was there. Yeah.
Hello?
There we go.
No, she's not there. Nobody's there.
Something about
She
a
could be in a
delivery.
bad signal because keeps hanging up.
Yeah. Try call again. Let me see. Last time it cut us off.
No, it's been cutting off just now. See, here's the problem. I mean, I get it. They're using cell phones to call us, but they're walking around in a metal building, and they get cut off.
Yeah, see, it's a different phone number.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, a lot of times, weirdly, they can call you, but they can't. It. Maybe she was wanting. She already called about a replacement. It was over with, but there was something about a delivery. So either they want to come early, which is possible. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. So was you done? I didn't mean to. We have to.
No,
Real
no.
life is happening here. We're just going through the questions here.
Someone says, "Hell, I get looks everywhere in the Philippines. Damn old white guy. What's he doing here?"
Right. No, pretty much. And if you're in an age gap, you're going to. And here's the thing I told you guys there's a 3-year age gap with me and George. We know another couple in Manila, there's a 10-year, and she's older. I am older by 3 years, but I guarantee every time we've been questioned, they thought I was, at one point, they thought I was his mother. I'm like, where the hell do you get that at? I mean, I guess it's possible being he's light skinned. Look up, George. Let me see. It's possible they could think that I was your mother.
I'm pretty sure a lot of them do.
And but I'm like, wow, I look that much older. But the whole point is you're going to get stares one way or the other. And so it's,
Yeah, Ruby says, "How about your personal safety in the Philippines? Are you worried about it at all?"
not at all. One, I have attitude. I kind of wish something would go down. No, just kidding. But the thing is I don't have that type of fear. Not at night. I was way more worried in Mexico than I was here. So there was just a different level of what happened in the mountains of Mexico, like bullet holes in restaurants, houses, the oddness of large mass vast amounts of land where there was nothing, so you could just disappear out there. Here, a lot of people are like, "Oh, you should be afraid of the Filipinos, or they could just chop you up, or they could just make you disappear in the province," and that's a possibility. But I already made up with my maker, so I'm ready to go at any point. But I'm not out there trying to start shit either. So I don't have any fear of the people or my safety. Maybe if I took my ass down there and got Eastman somewhere down in Mindanao and was dicking around with loaning out money and staring down young kids and hanging out with young kids, that something might happen to me. But I don't know. I don't find the safety thing to be an issue. Can it be for some people? Yeah, don't be that dumbass. Someone was also asking in another message this morning about that Rafi Tulfo, that American that got beat up. I don't know the full story. Did you ever find out what some of that story was? I know there's going to be a part two to that one, but it really didn't make any
It
sense in a
sounded
nutshell.
one-sided.
Yeah, so maybe he was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and I feel that it could happen to me in America. I had more fear of being in America for sure, politically, safety wise, excessive amounts of things going on there. I mean, than I do here for
Well,
sure.
here's another thing about the Rafi Tofu thing. First off, the story of what currently is going on. Again, it's not a full story. Again, first off, it's one-sided. Second off, it's very vague. However, here's the thing. I don't care who you are, what country you're in. If you're outnumbered in a fight, don't fight. You're an idiot if you do. You get it? No general in a war would send a platoon versus a company. No general would do that. What I'm saying is, if you have any sense, know when to back off. When know to, like, oh crap, okay, I'm outnumbered here. I think I should just shut the F up and go move away.
But alcohol makes people more, what they call bulletproof.
I understand that,
They
but
fight
that
over the women
then
here.
again,
It's like 3 or 4 white dudes fighting over some crusty Filipina.
correct. I mean, the point being is,
There's plenty to go around. Go follow regular guy out in the province. The girls will date. They're friendly, they're open. It's like, stop following the pack, guys. We ain't asking you to follow and drink our Kool-Aid. 100%. If I want you to drink the Kool-Aid, I'm gonna say drink that fucking Kool-Aid. But it's not like that. Some people are drinking all the Kool-Aid. Hence why I talk about Go Joe and all these other guys with all these travel and advice videos and here's my budget and here's this. You have to take it all with a grain of salt.
well, and again, it's not about right or wrong at that point. What I'm saying is, it's kind of like the road rules. If you're on a motorcycle, and if, let's say, a semi truck is in the wrong and he's driving on your lane, don't be an idiot and stay on the same lane as that semi, because guess what, doesn't matter who's right or wrong at that point, you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
Use your coconut.
And when I heard
Retreat.
when I heard that, I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't feel sorry for the guys that get their ass beat when they're down there or robbed or rolled by a trans. Your ass put yourself in that. I'm sorry if you brought your ass over here to be a dirty old man. You get what you got, and you got what you get. That's where I'm at. It's just where it is. They don't deserve it. I know it sounds like I'm saying they deserve it. I'm just saying, make that in the back of your mind. Like us, you guys think I'm blind. Someone also made a statement. They're like, Heidi, you talk shit about other channels. You've been saying things about Filipino. Are you afraid somebody's going to get you? I expect that. If I get hit in the back of the head at the mall, I'm at least going to be expecting that
Okay,
shit.
see,
I'm a realist.
that's the point. What I'm saying is, at that point, it doesn't
You're
matter.
not going to see me on Rocky too, but
Well, what I'm saying is, at that point, it doesn't matter whether you deserve it or not. You retreat, because if you know you're gonna lose the battle, retreat.
retreat.
You know what I'm saying? Because right or wrong is not gonna defend you. Right or what, doesn't matter whether if you're right 100%, even if you're right 10,000%. If you're gonna lose the battle, you're gonna lose the battle.
How long have I been drinking your coffee?
Probably long enough. That's empty.
Let me ask you a question. Did you see me drinking your coffee?
No.
Now here's the thing about me and George. There is a lot of times he knows stuff, but George is so polite and so reserved. I wish you say, "Bitch, you drinking my coffee," but he wasn't. I bet there's a lot of times you see that
Oh,
and you
like
didn't say it.
you ate my pizza last night.
Screw you, bitch. I was sitting here doing that music video for the new opening, and I'm like, "You gonna eat this pizza?" He's in the shower, George. Who the hell takes 45 minutes and a walk around several times to not eat a single piece of pizza that was tiny to begin with? You left the stuffed crust, the best part, the crust and part of
Yeah,
it
it's
on a
the
barbecue
well,
pizza.
it's more than that. It's half the pizza. I only eat the tip.
That was me this morning.
That,
So, anyways.
not complaining, but anyway.
Anyways, I'm just gonna drive you guys nuts. Well, wait a minute. What the hell? I wanted to bring in the video. Did you guys get to hear our new song? For those that are just joining.
Oh, yeah. You can play it.
Yeah, I'm proud of the. So every week we're going to start running this segment of mailbag stuff that comes in. Can you review a channel? And it's going to be every Saturday. Now, there could be a chance it's just me doing it and I'm just going to go through the comments,
Yeah.
but we like the new theme song. Here we go, real quick, guys, for those that missed it.
Listen close, yeah, we need to talk. Woo! Listen close, yeah, we need to talk. There's so much garbage walking down the block, floating around YouTube, filling up your screen. The messiest advice that you've ever seen. They've been here 5 minutes, fresh off the plane. Passport ain't gain, even dry. Telling you how to live, it's driving us insane. They promise you paradise, everything is nice, but they're just telling you that bad advice. Those sugar-coated fool lies, yeah, they taste so sweet. But Heidi knows the truth about the heat on the street. Bite me, bite me, bite me, bite me. It's Heidi versus the hype, yeah. She's clearing out the gripes, she's one of a kind. She's earned her stripes, she's tired of the fakes. She's cutting through the line. It's the real deal, baby. It's Heidi versus the hype, Heidi versus the hype. It's Heidi versus the hype, Heidi versus the hype. She's an original OG, American expat.
Right,
She's
so you
seen
guys got
it
the
all from
idea.
wannabes to
Because it's the more I think about it, we do not think we know our shit stinks. At least we admit our shit stinks. And I like having fun with George. When we created this music together yesterday, we listened and created the lyrics, the type, the sound. We get it's AI, but it's still what we put together. And we've been creating music. We're some of the original shit that's being done on air, like live streams in the beginning by these expats. And Filipinos have been doing them for a while. We're not saying we're original on that, but we're trying to come up with something different. But I think going through and actually answering more real stuff that's coming through is really going to be cool. And so, yeah, because we was going to bring in the Ricky character today. We're like, we're just going to save that for another day. It's been a while.
Speaking of Ricky, Rich 5350 says skin tax sucks, but it is what it is. And Hillbilly Power says, I had a place I loved down a dirt road, gate,
Hey,
high
Harry.
walls, big yard, and it was too loud living there. I believe he lived in a compound. With the music and bands and everything, I moved to a resort area. It's quiet here, sucks, but it's how I guess that's how it stops. But I guess what he's saying is, you have to take the good with the bad and the bad with the good.
Which reminds me, me and George renamed the other channel. We had renamed it probably 4 times, trying to find something that we're comfortable with, not what you guys are comfortable with. I hate to say it. A lot of people are like, oh, you need to cater to the people. That's why you're in business. We're not in business. We're here to actually, we like people being around and watching. By the way, we talked about our watch hours yesterday. How many watch hours? 6,000 hours of watch time. That's a lot of people. Thank you guys for watching. 6,000 hours people sat around watching us last month. And I'm sure people have higher numbers, but we're proud of it. But the effort that's being put into this, the time, everything, you're reading through there. I kind of lost myself again, getting into the hype thing. I've had a lot of memory issues here lately, but the whole situation of people loving us or they don't, and when you come, oh, I was talking about naming the channel. So I got it in a different direction. Hello. So we named the channel. What was the other one? Wasabi. The new channel.
Wabi Sabi.
Wabi Sabi. It means, when he said that, it reminds me of the other channel now, Wabi Sabi. It means the imperfect perfection. It describes the Philippines. It's a Japanese statement, it's an Asian statement of imperfection and perfection at the same time. It describes some of the expats coming here, it describes the Philippines. It fits everybody's need at some point, and there's beauty. You're always going to find the beauty in it. And so that's why we renamed the other channel. But it does remind me that when I got here, I practically didn't like anything. I'm like, damn it, I only came here because your family's here. I only came, like, everything came out of me was really fire. It's too hot. There's no way to cool this down. There was like this morning I stepped outside. What did I say, George? I said it's cold outside. George goes, what? So you're eventually you'll adjust or you'll leave. You're either going to love it or you don't. We don't have to love it. We don't have to. I mean, it would be like me going from Florida and like living in Wisconsin all of a sudden. You expect me to sit around and talk about, oh, the cheese is good, the people are good, oh, look at me. And it's like, you better not talk shit about Wisconsin, Heidi. Oh, yes, I am. Oh, yes, I'm going to say what I got to say. And, oh, don't upset the Wisconsin people or don't this. And it's like, you're just going to live life and don't be afraid of it. But don't go out there and be a total asshole like some of these people are either. You don't go out there and start fights. You don't go out there. We've seen expats in restaurants, bars that are just act fools. They've attacked people on the street. We've seen them carry crowbars and swing at people, and there's a limit, okay, of what goes on. That means they had major problems before they even arrived here. So what was that?
Now, Luca says, Heidi, are all your neighbors paying for garbage disposal? You shouldn't. George, you may think someone's trying to extort money from you guys because no, you can afford it.
I'm missing that.
Okay, well, first off, Luca says we shouldn't be paying for garbage. Okay, that varies per area, per situation. For example, in the other area where we lived, we only paid 50 pesos per month, which is insanely cheap.
I mean, what are we supposed to do with it? That's what I thought.
What do you mean?
We're just supposed to toss it in the yard or
No. Here's the thing: the government is supposed to pick up the trash.
Oh.
Now, I say supposed to. I put air quotes on that because before they did used to come here once a month. Now, actually, I don't remember the last time they were by. So even if they did come once a month, okay, that's once a month. What I'm saying is that's a lot of garbage, and if you miss the garbage run, which they only do once, literally once, you're screwed. Get it? So, do you have to pay for garbage? Not necessarily. Can you just drop it off in designated dropping areas? Yes, you can. Like, for example, I know where to drop it. However, it's not worth your time not to make sure you're gonna bring that nasty stuff in your car. Um, let's say you don't have a car. What are you gonna do with it? I mean, ride a bicycle. They're not
Well,
gonna let you on a jeepney with it.
Well, here's one thing. I do know in this neighborhood, like I said, we're in just a regular neighborhood. We're not in an upper class. We're not in a, there's middle class people in here. There's poor people in our subdivision, and they don't throw the fees on people. A lot of subdivisions have fees, but we're not the owner of the building. Does our landlord probably pay a fee and they're supposed to? It's possible there should be a regular collector here, but nobody regulates shit in the Philippines, just like this e-trike shit going on right now. That's a whole nother ball of fire. But they tend to just throw it in the lot across the street and they just burn it once a month, or they take it up on the main street and drop it off. That's what a lot of them, like you said, they put it in their car and they take it up and they throw it out on the main street. Every area is going to be different. And again, I don't think it's worth another 800 to 1,000 US a month to take care of this. I thought about it. I'm like, for a while. For the first couple years we were here, I'm like, nope, that's it. We're going to go get a condo. We're going to go up on Clark. And then when I started looking at the prices, I'm like, yeah, no, it's not. It's not worth it.
Right.
It's just not a.
Now,
It's
the next part of the problem, which I actually get on Heidi's case on this is true. The extort money thing.
it
I
does.
keep telling Heidi, whatever you do not give money away. The reason being is these people are capable, but the moment that you give them money, they think they can just keep coming and ask you for money. And that's the thing. And it's sad because once they get into that habit, it's hard to break. And it's sad. The reason why I say it's sad is because it's kind of like the US. It's you. If you have a friend, when you're in need, they'll be there for you. Yada yada yada, whatever. But what I'm saying is, but if you have a friend that all they do is ask from you, then they're not your friends. They're using you, and friends don't use friends. Not that way, anyway. So I keep telling Heidi, stop giving away money because one, technically it's illegal. Two, unless they're your actual friends, aka you actually have a relationship with them, you talk to them, you're part of their lives. That's the only time you can classify as some friends in the first place.
Um. Yeah. Yeah. Sultan SWAT was talking about. Yeah. Peripheral neuropathy. Yeah, and that's not the. I've got a right leg that has really bad damage where I got bit by a spider. Then I have herniated and I have sciatica running down my leg. So then that's acting up. And I told George, I wish it was just me being fat. Because, like yesterday, I said, now the fat girl's back's just hurting. I told him yesterday at the pharmacy, I said, that pain overruled everything else when I was out and about. And I said, damn. So I'm aware of my size and everything. But yes, the peripheral neuropathy is bad. And Gary asked, let's see, can you get biologics there? Yes. There is an injectable for lupus, yeah, called Benlysta. Yeah, I've been taking it for 7 years. It's too expensive. I'm not. I've been on several medications. Like I had only been diagnosed for about 6, 7 months when I left with the weight gain and the steroids I'm on and different things. And I know some of that can be geared towards part of the kidney side because a lot of the swelling. I'm a big girl, but I've been big. Like I'm talking about like my size body wise. What's going on here lately is because of the kidney functions. Everything, like my face, everything. Some days it's twice as big as this, and I have a lot of bloating, which causes me to have breathing issues. And but it's expensive. It could run as much as 1,000 US, and I'm sorry, I don't. We would kill our savings. I even looked at again going into those weight loss drugs, but I told George if I would just cut out on certain things and try harder, I would lose the same amount of weight, and I can't. But staying on the steroids, being in menopause, and other things, it's really an uphill battle. And then I told George, I was like, screw it, I'm just going to eat the donut. So it's my only bad habit. So it's a real bad balance. But no, it's a lifesaver, yes. Mostly keeps your lupus in remission. No, nothing has for me. I've changed my diet 6, 7 months at a time. I've been on different medications for lupus, some of the best regimens. I don't think this injection, and I'm not paying 1,000. And it's available, but it's hard to find. It's exactly why I'm not on it. So, but unfortunately, I don't have that money. Sorry, who does? So the insurance, I don't have insurance to cover it. I'm not even sure that it would in the Philippines, of course, and I'm not going back to get it. But no, I'm aware of it. So
Yeah, and Ruby,
hi, Sarah.
Ruby's asking Heidi if she learned Spanish in the
Yeah,
US.
I talked about that earlier. I
Yeah.
got into. Hi, Sarah.
Yeah, now some of you again, I'm not talking about Ruby. Again, there's this big giant misunderstanding or misnomer that
Yeah, what they have.
if you know Spanish, you can speak Filipino. No, that's false. That's really a big myth. We do use rarely use Spanish words. For example, here's an example. The most simple way to know that whether that language uses like Spanish
Good girl.
is, for example, us, you know, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Isa, dalawa, tatlo. You know, and you guys already know the Spanish version, right? Un, dos, tres. Does this sound like
Tuato,
it? No,
Tolito,
it doesn't sound like
Menudo.
it, does it? Yellow, for
Look at
example.
my gato.
Yellow is
Gato.
dilaw.
How do you say cat in
Yeah.
Filipino? It's gato.
Pusa.
Oh,
Right,
pusa.
pusa versus gato. Right, not the same.
Gato.
Yellow, you know, dilaw versus amarillo, you know. Brown, for example, brown would be bulao versus marron, which is maroon in English. But point being is, I get it. Don't again. That I didn't make that
Yeah.
like word up.
Seen your mommy this morning.
But point being is, no. It's now we use certain words. For example, here's a reality of things. For example, mesa. Mesa is table, right? But we're not. That's not the real Filipino word for it. The same way, if you ask a Filipino, a lot of
Mhm.
Filipinos don't word like if I ask, what color is brown in Tagalog, they'll be like, uh, brown. No, no, it's bulao. Point being is, we use
Good morning,
Spanish
Rich.
words in because we forgot the actual word for it. Get
Probably
it?
long gone.
We don't use the word bulao because we forgot the word, you know, bulao. So we use the word brown. What I'm saying is, Philippine Filipinos use the foreign words because it's no different than Americans. Americans, there's words that, you know, don't use anymore from Old English. You know what I'm saying? But anyway,
Yeah, Black Grandpa said, as Clint Eastwood said, a man's got to know his
yes, you have to know your
limits.
limits. Yes, you have to know your
And
limits.
Richie Rich is in the house. Isn't that his channel, Richie Rich? Yeah, been a while since we've seen you. Affordable has nothing to do with it. It's about being treated
Correct,
fair,
correct. It
and
has
that's where
nothing
I'm
to do with
at.
whether you can
We
afford it or not.
shouldn't,
Correct.
and on top of the skin tax, it's the same with the area. I shouldn't have to pay in the
More, right.
Philippines. How many percentage of Filipinos are paying 50, 60, 70,000 a month in rent? Not a lot.
All right.
It's still the upper class here. And I didn't come here. I didn't expect to pay the rent would be spot on, but we lived for a fraction of the money. We paid half as much when we lived in Mexico. And to me, the infrastructure was nothing like coming here. It was a shock when I got here. And I've been to the Middle East. I've been to Egypt and slum areas and certain areas that were near the desert. And it still was a shock to me to actually come here. Just everything seems worn out, cracked, broken down. Depending on the areas, they'll say it's because the areas I live in, but it's still, like I said, you can get around fancy areas. So yeah, I so you shouldn't have to deal and pay more to get out of not being asked for money around the corner, or it's just treating each other fair. It should be
Right.
it's all the
Right.
way
So
around.
yeah, correct. It's not about whether you can afford it or not. Right. It's about being fair. Fair is fair.
Overall, how much have you guys invested money wise?
That's
Couldn't even count more than we've made.
it's a lot. It's a lot.
Because like we do extras. We don't get paid like the other month I spent 50 on the t-shirts we got, and that was just some of them. We've got like a set of 5 or 6 that we're supposed to do matching. When George does these shirts, they're extras, and the equipment, the SD cards. We spend right now editing software, stuff that we use, the music apps that we use to create, the studio apps that we use to create music, because we use multis to do it, just not one. We're out $100 right now a month. $100 for storage of our videos, for everything. And so if you think about that, our tops month is $300 right now. So it just kind of goes from there. And that doesn't include electricity because we leave this on when he does the editing, when he's doing the music for a couple hours. There's a lot. There's a lot. And so if we go into the different cameras we have, how many of the GoPros do you have?
3.
Okay. And the DJI is old, but we still, what was the cost on that originally? When it originally came
4.
out? Okay. So it's,
Well,
yeah,
the
the travel,
yeah.
the things, we took a whole nother trip to another area in the Philippines. What was that, about 2 years ago? And we gave a bunch of stuff away to some schools and all that. That came out of taking the month's worth and plus other money and things that came in. We We do things behind the scenes. We don't show when we give more money to Gusty or fix a tire or take care of his medical or other Filipinos, or there's a lot going on behind the scene when we go other places. So some of the places we specifically went to, like the hotels, and then that was stuff. So a lot. So, and we had decided a few years ago that there was just too much going on. Like we wanted to keep up with like Sunshine and start doing all these, meet and greets and going to other cities and meeting up with expats. One, my health is not permitting it anymore. And the other part was cost. We would be cutting into more than just our monthly salary. And it just, I don't know. It just starts to add up. So, and a lot of people don't realize it, but some of these guys, in my opinion, are just, it's narcissism to me. The ones that are investing, they keep showing off their cameras, they keep showing, like, I know one that was in Angel City that went on about the motorcycle. He was doing motorcycle vlogs. He bought a second motorcycle to continue to do vlogs. He would use one and then he would use the other. Well, this is my bike that I'll use for this and that. And I'm like, but why? And then he had like a whole shelf of equipment behind him during the whole thing. And I'm like, I know that they either expect to make a ton of money in the future, and some do, or the others just do it because they're showing off the wealth and everything. And there is an investment, like, the wigs, there's all kinds of things. At one point we're buying sunglasses when we get stuff at Christmas, and yeah, it adds up. It's added up slowly. So, and most months there's not even a clearance of the 300 US dollars. There's been months we've made 8,000 pesos, including memberships, 9,000 pesos. So it's under 200 or more. So we do it because we like to screw with the trolls. We do it to interact with the people. We do it because we're having fun. It's just we do it for multiple reasons. A good question there, Ruby. I like chatting over coffee with an expat that has interests like me. A lot of Filipinos I talk to, the topic becomes about money. Yeah, it could be a problem. Honestly, I'm tired of talking about money. That, or they get into, yeah, what you do, how much. We had that one expat that had where the whole family grilled him about how much he made, what he did in the past, what he plans to do for the family, when he's going to marry the Filipina. But on the other hand, it looks like that's Will, Will. I'll just call you Will. The problem I have, I also didn't come here to hang out with expats. I've said that, I made that pretty clear, that the whole point was for me and George to be together. I don't mind meeting with some, and then you hear other people say, well, you should go and do this and go play pool, and you should go to these bowling things. Yes and no for me. I didn't do it in the US. I wouldn't plan to meet up with a bunch of crocheting women or cat ladies or groups and parties. I'm more, you guys got to understand the dynamic that this couch lady likes to be at home. I do cook for George. If he needs coffee and I'm up and about, I get it for him. I stay busy in the house and everything. And my medical keeps me grounded here, of course. But I didn't come here to hang out with all of them. But it is nice to be among them on the occasion. I think that's when we get out and go to the mall, or you're able to see some.
Well, and also, I mean, in all fairness, I mean, if you're a male expat and you want company, you go to Honeybee. It's down on Fields Avenue, right by Pork,
Mm-hmm.
and then you turn in there, and
That almost got you in trouble last night.
that's where you meet and want to hang out. But anyway,
well, it's like when you were in America, you didn't seek out to hang out with all Filipinos, and you went like sneaking around the Filipino store.
I
and it's
hated
like
to hang out with a lot of Filipinos in the U.S. only because
George behind the shelf and said, "Are you Filipino? Do you mind if we discuss chips or something?"
well,
or
the reason
types of
being
soy sauce?
is there's a lot of Filipinos. The general consensus is, again, this is not just coming from me. Most Filipinos think that they're better than everybody else. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
I kind of get that feeling around here sometimes. It's like it seems to me they're always trying to outdo each other here.
No. That's the thing. Exactly.
It does seem to be they're trying to keep up
It's
with the
no
Joneses
different.
here.
Thank you. That's where I was getting at. It's no different
They
when
gotta have purpler
expats.
hair or or a
come
brighter
here.
shirt, or they got to
Thank you.
be loud.
That
like,
was the point I'm trying to make. It's no different when expats
sorry,
come here.
Filipinos.
They do the same thing to each other. Thank you. That's my point. Thank you.
I would agree. So
Yes, it's
not that we're
it's who
not.
can feed the farthest. If an American meets another
It's
American,
a pissing match.
yes,
here.
it's a pissing match. Same thing with a
Pissing
Filipino
match.
goes to the U.S. It's a pissing match over there. Thank you. That's where I was getting at. Correct. So I tend to hang out with more Americans there than my kind. Again, and it's just the reality of things. Anyway,
Yeah. So my girlfriend and I play hide the foreigner when she knows she'll be skin taxed. No, that's a real thing, Raymond.
oh yeah. Most of the time I tell Heidi like
Going to India.
the price may change if I bring you with me. I tell her that all the time.
Yeah, and somebody asked Ruby, was she going to do YouTube? And she says, no, I'm camera shy and
Never going to
intelligent."
India.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Veggie lumpia is good for me, but only if it's fried. Yeah, and here's the thing, and you got to be careful. Like on the stands, I've had food poisoning a couple times. I'm sorry. There are good stands and bad stands. A lot of these guys have no experience. Like these e-trike drivers, you just because you got an e-trike or just because you can open a food store doesn't mean you should. It's kind of scary, but when I do notice that they don't use hot enough fire or hot enough oil to cook, therefore, when you get the food that's super saturated, it's because they didn't cook it in hot enough
It's
oil.
not enough. Yes.
Yeah, it should be going through
It
in
wasn't
and out.
hot
and-
enough to begin with.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so it depends. And
Now Willy Wonka did make a good point. We were talking about some other expat, but he did bring this one up because this is somewhat important. Eastman was given at least 3 warnings to leave. Those rumors he heard him being taken was warning to not to return. Point being is if somebody threatens you in the Philippines, as far as when it goes against your life, I would listen.
oh, you're talking about if they say don't do this or that person living in the house.
Well, what I'm saying is if they actually gave you the actual threat physically, told you, hey, you might want to leave this neighborhood.
Oh, well,
You might want to listen. The reason why Willy Wonka brought this up because I said earlier I was giving again the Rafi Tulfo situation where if you know you're gonna lose, you need to learn to retreat. Again, it has nothing to do with right or wrong at that point. It's a survival thing.
And we're not everybody's cup of tea. Like, here's the thing. The next live stream, we can bring total drama, make up shit like other channels do, and we will probably see 90 people in there. This will probably propagate about 4 or 5 trolls to make videos. Oh, she said this about the P, or she said this about Filipinos, and I really don't give a fuck. Okay, and what our numbers look like is because we're throttled, flat out throttled. So whether we're good or bad, we're going to keep doing the content because that's what I foresee is, oh my god, they only got this and that because nobody cares about Heidi. No, it ain't got nothing to do with nothing. People like drama. They like one thing or another, and not every video is going to be right. It's not going to be for everybody. And you think that me and George sit around and say, you know what, that's only going to bring like 500 views and nobody's going to care about it. We're not going to do it. George has been very verbal that it's not about saying, like, if we cover funerals again tomorrow, we're probably looking at 300 in our live stream total. It's because we're still going to cover what we're going to cover. So that is for sure. I know firsthand. I work the tech, or I have go over the new technology several times. Whereas 25 years ago, I used to speed read through everything at once. Yeah, I hear you. I watch Jogo and others only when they happen to pass through my feed. The reason they're passing through your feed, if you don't know, and this has been told to us by our manager, if somebody that is watching our live, let's say earlier, okay, we got 60 people. If one of you guys watch Jogo, it's going to be in George's stream feed. They usually go by, like, if you're watching cats, the algorithm, of course, you guys know how it goes. A lot of people do and don't know this. Then all of a sudden you're going to get nothing but cats. And let's say you're watching cupcakes, then you're just going to get a bunch of food in your feed all of a sudden. Or it could be forever if you keep watching those videos. But if one of the people that are in our circle, they know you're in this room, they know you watch my videos, Jogo, Our Philippine Journey, any of these others, they will feed those videos to anybody in our stream today. So it's weird because one time we had, well, it's happened multiple times. One of our viewers watched a certain movie. It came up in our feed and we were discussing it in a video chat. And I'm like, you seen that movie? He's like, yeah, I just watched it yesterday. Why was it in my feed? It's because they do that. So um, when it passes through my feed, I rarely watch it. Yeah, we've been getting a lot of new ones that only have 20 or 30 views. They put the newer people in your feed. There's hundreds out there a day joining. And I'm like, why did they feed me some guy out in the province that has horrible footage, bad thumbnails, and he's either promoting his stuff or they're just pushing him through because he's new. What I look forward to is the Philippine Antics live stream. I like the live random engagement more. I think people do. We want to do more interaction. I don't like the Filipinos or expats that do these dating like game show things. They'll bring on 8 or 9 people to sit around and ask each other questions. I think that's a little off. But we are trying to find something, I wanted to do something where we could get more interaction.
Yeah. Now, Luca somewhat made a good point. Now, not just Filipino. Luca says YouTube should shut down stupid live streams with Filipino women. Again, not necessarily Filipino. Um, with Filipino women just sleeping with almost nothing on.
Or just putting their makeup on or cooking breakfast. But that is for the simps and that's for them to make money.
Yeah,
It's
there are some channels. Yeah.
especially through Facebook. And once one comes up in your feed accidentally, like the other day, we had nothing but old ladies dancing in panties and bras.
No, really,
I
it's
could not
kind of.
believe it. Oh, and by the way, that American female 50 something expat woman, she actually showed herself in a bra promoting it.
Not surprised.
And I'm like, yeah, it didn't surprise us whatsoever. She's trying everything to get noticed. She lives in Makati or one of those areas. And I couldn't believe it. She's got like a 10 or 11-year-old daughter that she brings on. I don't like people who use their kids for content. I've always been strong about that. I don't think kids should be working. I don't think even for 5 minutes they should be on a camera. But the woman actually said, "Oh, this brawl is coming." I'm like, "What the fuck is she doing in a brawl at 50 something in the Philippines, showing herself in her feed?" I guess that's her prerogative, I guess. And I'm like, that was classy. Although I'm not exactly classy.
Now, Will says, okay, first off, again, nothing again. I have no issue talking to any type of race, and I've spoken to almost every kind of race.
Oh, that's your cup again, damn it.
It's empty anyway. Okay, Will says, do you guys in Angels
'Cause I'm
talk or
left-handed.
interact with Korean or Japanese expats, or do they stick to their own? Just curious. For the most
Yeah,
part,
you might do.
most Asian cultures stick to their own kind and will only converse with their own kind. I said most.
I want to let you
Um,
know Asians are a
in
strange
it's,
brew. In
the
my
weird thing
opinion.
is, most of the stuff that you guys are bringing up right now, me and Heidi literally talked about
We talk
yesterday.
all the time. Okay, so here's
Yeah,
the deal.
like-
Do you find Asian cultures to be weird compared to others? I
No,
mean, I've been to
no,
Europe,
I don't.
Canada,
I don't find
the
them.
Middle East. I
Everybody's
do. I think there's something
okay.
really
Okay,
off with the Asian
everybody's
culture.
weird. Every culture is weird because it's not their culture. However, as far as keeping to their own, the ranking on the most that keep to their own would be Japanese. Again, in fact, Japanese have the term. Yes, I know she's been like that.
Being sweet.
Again, Japanese. You're classified as gaijin, which is foreigner. See, a foreigner tourist is treated nicely. However, a gaijin that is a permanent resident in Japan
Nerd alert.
is shunned.
Okay.
There's a difference. Tourists and point being is the ranking is again not my opinion. It's just a known thing in Asia. The highest rank that keep to their own kind would be Japanese. The next one that keep to their own kind would be Chinese, and then the next one would be Koreans. When
But they write books about Asians having a strange culture. I've watched
No,
people
no, I
in
know that,
Spanish
but
or Mexican, or they
I
talk
know,
about the
I
Spanish
know,
culture has these
I
quirks.
know that, but
Americans have their quirks. But I really still feel not only are you guys special and different, there is something.
I'm aware of that, but I'm directing the question and answering the question of whether or not they stick to their kind. I'm aware of whether they're weird or not. Yes, they are. But again, we have to remember, if it's not your culture, it's weird because it's not your culture. But what I'm saying is, That's the ranking when it
okay.
comes to it's Japanese the highest, like keep to their kind. Chinese would be next, and then third would be Korean.
Yeah, see, I still don't even know. That must be an extensive. I mean, for us, paying $10 per
That's
person, but
fair though.
Filipino price. Could you imagine having four people and a Filipino paying that price?
No,
I guess if
that's
they're in the
fair. That's
subdivision, they
fair.
can afford it.
Even
So
in the U.S.,
no,
a
that's
lot of
more fair.
subdivisions they do that. So yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
fair.
But compared to wages, compared to living here and 70-80% of Filipinos having a lower income, that would be high.
Oh, speaking of which,
But in that subdivision, if they're living there, then they should have that. For
yeah,
us, that would be
no,
reasonable. But
that's fair.
I've
Yeah,
always said that but that is a really good deal.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But it's high. You have financial independence and shared expenses. Yeah. Yeah, we actually every marriage I've been in, I've had access. I keep until I hit my 40s and like was outside of my other marriage, I thought all couples lived like that. George keeps hearing me talk about stuff and I'm like, well, that's not the way it would have went in the 70s, 80s. It's all this internet bullshit and psychological shit. Now everybody thinks they're a psychiatrist and these people are in these YouTube couple therapy bullshit. It's like they would have never talked about stuff like that. But I have always had access and vice versa. Most of my husbands just worked and their checks went into the bank and it just all money went into that, paid all household expenses, whatever was left. If he needed money, he would take it out with his ATM. And it's just the way it was always done. So we both share everything all the way around. I mean, like I said, I have my limits. I'm not going to let you buy a PlayStation all of a sudden when there's other things we should
Right.
be dealing with.
Yeah. Now, Ruby says same here. Same with me here. I only hang out with a
Hi,
very few
Victoria.
Filipinos in Australia. Avoid gossips, and they're nosy about your salary, which
Mm,
Aussies don't care at all. No, 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 no. That's the thing. Again, don't be offended. I'm pretty sure Ruby already knows this.
yeah.
But I'm talking about to expats here. Don't be offended if a Filipino asks where you live. Let's say it doesn't matter. Let's say you're out in the market and they're asking where do you live.
No, I used to get
That's
nervous. I
a
was
very
like, I
common
wouldn't answer
question.
them, but they do
Where
ask.
do you live? How much your income is? Yada yada yada. No, it's a Filipino thing.
Yeah, with your SS pension, does it disallow any source of income on top of it? They don't count George. So when he was making quite a bit, I mean, and quite a bit because his business had been in there, they didn't count after we were married. So we were allowed other sources as long as I wasn't physically working, using my social security number, going into my bank account, proving I could take care of myself. Then it's not going to be like what's going on in the US right now. They're talking about if a person on Social Security, disability, or Social Security is living with somebody that has money, they're talking about taking down their amount based on that. But I think that's the ones that didn't pay into it. I haven't figured out which ones they've been talking about, but for me, married and paying into the type of disability pension, then no. But I think when I flip to Social Security, let's say George is getting 2,300 and I'm getting 2,000 or 2,100 a month. I think with both of them together, I don't know. I know if he passes away, like when my mom and dad did, my dad absorbed the difference in their checks. It changed, but I think with two of them, I don't think they count source each of
I don't think it
ours
does because
until one passes
and
away.
you guys have to remember, we don't hide anything from Social Security. They know exactly where we are.
I
They
get
know
my
exactly who
paperwork.
Heidi is
Yeah, we
with.
get a lot of
They know
threats.
exactly how much I
We're going to
make.
tell them you're working, you're running
Right.
that
There's no
YouTube.
secret, and again, it's
I'm
so
registered. They keep saying I've got
it is
felony
what it is.
warrants, and that's why we're running. And all kinds of questions come in and it's like, but here I am after 5 years. If the government wants to get rid of me based on anything, let them do so. I have no fear and have nothing to hide, and what has been said has already been put out there. We're also not going to reiterate, retell it, and said they're like, well, you don't talk, you're not being honest with people because you're not mentioning. Why would I mention something from 25 years ago all the time? It's I'm mentioning it now. It just some people are a trip.
Now, here's the thing. Chosen One says, I don't like my pot belly. Stop drink. I'm going to stop drinking after this weekend. Now, first off, again, I'm not trying to feed um um Chosen One's ego or anything. Here's the thing. First off, like I told Heidi, if you're retired, you can drink whenever you want as long as you're not operating machinery. True. Fact. Again, you're retired, you earned it. Second, I'm going to be honest with you. Most girls don't give a shit about your pot belly.
Not yeah, especially here. I don't think they really care in the US. I think women are women everywhere. I think they just want to be treated a certain way. I know they say the Western women are money grubbing and
Now, here's the thing. Doesn't matter what your weight is, whether you're heavy or thin. Just be healthy. That's all I think anybody should ask from themselves,
within
not from
reason.
anybody else.
Within reason.
Well, that's what I said. As long as they're healthy.
Like George, we discussed this morning. I know you guys see me. I got donuts in there. We had pizza yesterday, but I don't do it every day. I know Ruby. I think about you all the time, Ruby. She's like, do it within reason. Yeah, I don't have donuts and pizza every day. I'm like a
No,
2-year-old
no.
kid.
We don't do that every
But
day. We really
but
don't.
I do try. Like I don't drink soda. The coffee has the artificial sugar. I do take steps because he's like, who drinks a Diet Coke and eats, has Diet Coke with fast food? And I'm like, well, every bit helps. But George said this morning, it was very thoughtful. He said, I should have went out there and took care of the cats and the dog and dumped the trash out there. And I'm like, and then he said, but it also it gives me my exercise and my movement and it gets me outside in the sunlight for a while and shit with the lupus and it also helps like with my legs. You still have to move. I do have a treadmill I use a few times a week. I have like that vibrating plate that actually works my muscles. I have a TENS machine. Guys, I'm doing my stuff. You know what I mean? It may not be every day, but you still have to take precautions here. I love Sunshine Shoulders when he talks. You have to take an ounce of effort towards your health
Yes.
because I may never see any other major. I mean, I may not go into full kidney failure. I may not ever need heart surgery. I may just be on the edge of being a cranky old bitch with a pain level 7 that's just hurting all the time. And I'll probably live to 95, and George will wipe out on a motorcycle next week. Who knows?
Whoa.
That he gets for Christmas. Hint, hint. So I'm gonna get you a nice little e-trike, little buddy.
Oh no, not an each
Oh
right.
hell no!
Cops will pull me over every second.
Let's see. But anyways, it's just where it is. You have to try to take care of some. Will said wouldn't be worth to work in the country plus dealing. It's not worth it.
It's
Like
not.
if
It's not.
they're gonna work you 8 to 10 to 12 hours a day,
It's not.
and you're gonna make $20. You'll be lucky to pull in 1,000 a month here, and then you got to travel. A lot of them are getting on jeepneys. You're not going to have a car. A lot of people don't have cars here. The traffic is shit, and I don't want to drive in the traffic. So then I'm going to have to be dropped off by George, and then I'm not going to want him to drop me off if I was working. And so then I'm going to be in a Grab or a jeepney, and I doubt that. But let's just say you're paying for cost. By the time you do it, is it worth it to a Filipino that's young and grinding? Yeah, that's 1,000 is a lot. It really is. But then you're down to the taxes, and then you have to be in a certain status. And a lot of people aren't. You're not marrying a Filipina. So then you're actually on a different, you have to apply for the work permits and all the extra stuff that goes in a TIN number. And I'm telling you, it's crazy. So then people skip around and they become YouTubers here for extra money. Then they skip around and they do online teaching and all these other things. Those require you to pay taxes here. You're still working in the Philippines online. I don't care if the company's in Sweden or in the UK or America. You're still working here, and Philippines has laws that determine that there's international tax, that there's not what's free to be done. You have to file something back in the US. And so there are rules and laws, but as the e-trike riders and all this other shit laws that are going on here, who's even following them half the time? Just do you and follow, just worry about yourself. Do not listen to everybody or all this stuff. It just, that's the first one advice I want to give people is worry about you. Get a hold of a lawyer and pay $100 to sit down with a good attorney, and not these 500 peso ones. No, really get yourself somebody decent. So it's just where it is.
Yeah. Now Ruby says I've
I
already
lost my
started
spot.
checking where I can join Zumba
What are you doing,
classes
chosen one?
when I get to the
What's
Philippines.
up?
Oh, thank you so much, Chosen One. I appreciate it,
Aw,
man.
thank you, chosen one.
Yeah. Oh, it's a Shiba dog. Yeah. Thank you so much, Chosen One.
Thank
Thank you for your support.
you.
Actually, Zumba classes here are fairly common.
Mhm.
Now where can you get Zumba classes? Well, depends. For example, I believe they used to have Zumba classes in Candy Palace, but I don't know if they still do it there.
They got
Certain
courts,
barangays,
yeah.
they do it for free in their basketball courts. I say basketball courts because barangays have basketball courts. In fact, you see me in one of our videos. I did a Zumba with the people in the barangay during one of those times. When I was dancing,
Yeah. No,
and
they're
I used to do Zumba, guys. Just so you guys know, in the U.S. Um, the other option would be you join the gym,
they
and
do have gyms.
usually, yeah,
Like I said in that video,
yes,
I said there's a place you
yes,
ain't never gonna
usually the
find me.
gyms do have Zumba class. So
Yeah.
no, if you're into Zumba, get into it. It's actually a lot of fun. I actually the only real reason why I stopped is I used to do Zumba every day, and I stopped because my ex started making fun of me, and she started recording me, and that's one, that's not right. Two, you shouldn't make fun of somebody doing their exercise. At least they're doing something. But anyway,
That was the one before me.
yes,
Wow, that's sad.
yeah, exactly, right.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
point being
there's a
is
limit.
Zumba is fun. Go do
Thank
it.
you, Ruby.
Don't just have fun.
Um, and this is true. George, you made this statement yesterday. Why is everybody all up on Heidi and her disability? Because you said that you're like these men don't have broken down bodies,
No, they're
or
no
if
different.
they're picking on my
They
weight,
look.
then that's
Yeah,
some sort of
yeah. I
jealousy
mean,
or
most
weirdo
of them need
shit.
to look in a mirror
Because they're
and
gonna make fun of somebody skinny or their ears.
right,
That's
and
just throwing
they're
out
usually
bullshit.
not in a better shape. They're really not.
Yeah, it's just you can physically see my weight. That's what it is, but never tried to hide. I didn't talk a bunch about the lupus and my neurological issues, my anxiety, my ADHD. Somebody the other day was like, "Oh, Heidi's just making shit up." Who the fuck wants to make up that they're a fucking nutball that can't remember shit half the time and getting fat and fluffy and fucking old? Nobody. That's just keeping it real. People act like they get here and their dick don't stink, man. It's the truth. I
No, that's
mean,
the truth.
that's
Yeah.
true. Your shit stinks just like mine.
Correct.
What? It's some people were dealt good cards, bad cards, play them. What you guys can't help is that I'm happy and that I'm with him. Just the boy here. I mean, I don't know what it is. They just love to hate me. It's like my shit stinks just like yours. I fart in the middle of the night and fart on the toilet and talk shit about whoever I want. My feet stinks just like George stinks. Who knows? We smell like cat hair, cats, dogs, and regret here. We
Right.
put our pants on in the same room in the dark day in and day out.
Right.
Sometimes we switch underwears. Wouldn't you guys like to see that? Fans only. Antics fan
Whoa.
only.
Hairwall
Bump the
says
brake. Pump the brakes. More coffee, please.
right. Hairwall says
I haven't even had
Heidi's
sugar.
planned obsolescence for George. He'll wipe out on a motorcycle next week.
I'm gonna get rich.
George, beware of a free motorcycle. Lol.
It's
Right?
like
Yeah, it's a
candy to it.
motorcycle without brakes.
No wonder his family hates me. Yeah, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
Too funny.
So paying
Too funny.
5,000 pesos for an Inmax 3-wheeler. Stay away from it. Probably ain't got no brakes.
Sounds like a deal.
Right. Oh my god. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay, now here's a real question. I mean, not question, issue. Remember I said Zumba is everywhere. This is the opposite. Second one says, I've been trying to find a Tai Chi place, but none around here. No, that's good luck on that one.
Hmm.
Good luck on that one.
Personally, hey, digital nomad. Hey. Personally, I want to work and stay busy all day until we die. Yeah, you have to a level. I fall into a state where I'm in a lot of pain and then I'm sitting here crying. And wouldn't you guys like to see that? I'm real. And I'm like, I'm just going to sit here for a couple days. And I'm like, my anxiety won't let me. I'm like, nope, got to feed George, got to feed the cats, got to plan George's death, that kind of shit. I said, I got to get up and be evil, man. I got to make Heidi great again. Yay! Yay! Make Heidi great again. It's just where it is. So I can't just. So you got to keep busy. We talked about retirement is the death of some people. We had the whole live stream where we went
No,
through the stages,
sedentary is death. Yes.
and it has my disabilities. Not because I don't want to go out, has actually it's taken a bad effect on my body. And so like George said, I needed to do my thing. So way down on.
Well, the very bottom's actually
Hey,
really
Disney
good.
Box. Well, you can read them. YouTube income could be based on location. Most definitely. People state that they could possibly make more with your numbers. No, subscribers has nothing to do with it. Watch hours do. The same time with half of those watch hours, we were making that money. Now we have more and we're getting paid way less. The
Less,
money has
yes.
gone down for everybody, but it does make a difference on location. The longer a person is in the Philippines, aka go Jojo go, and the P, it doesn't matter if it seems like most of our viewers are all from America. The incomes are still limited, yes, based on location. I think we're getting to be 50-50 now, but yet weirdly, we think it's the expats watching our channel because we've been around for a while. And it is Filipinos, but we don't get a lot of comments. We've been getting messages from Filipinos, but I thought we would have more interaction. So I missed that from earlier. Ruby said, "What? No way. George's mom? Did I mention your mom? I might have said something
I
about the
saw
family
that, but I
watching.
didn't get it.
Yeah,
No.
I think I mentioned something. Yeah, because she mentioned dad. I don't know if you're talking about my dad or my dad. No, he's in a facility. He's 82 years old. He's in one of those that are pre nursing places.
Wild Wesley says, "Can you get an electric bicycle that goes 40 miles per hour without an issue with the law?" Well, first off, to clarify, when you said electric bicycle, you mean pedal assist, right? No, e-bike and a pedal
is she
assist
doing,
are
George?
classified on a
What are you
different.
doing? Hi.
They're could be classified differently depending on the weight ratio. If they're 50 kilos and less, it's classified as a bicycle, pedal assist bicycle. If once it hits 51 kilos, it's classified as an e-bike. So those are two different categories.
Play with my boomstick.
So if it's an
On my
e-bike right
boomstick.
right
On my
now,
boomstick.
you should have, a license, a driver's license, and you should have it registered, and you should be using the bike lane. If you're using pedal assist, you can you're pretty much classified as a bicycle with a pedal assist, which is that.
Hey, George,
I assume.
give me a chopstick there. We
Okay.
keep chopsticks
So
on hand.
so I assume that's what you're talking about. Now the speed is not much of an issue because for the most part you can't go faster than traffic. What I'm saying is Philippine traffic is usually slow. So the real issue is can you go 40 miles per hour safely? The answer is no. I'm going to tell you right now. You're that's you know that's self deletion speed here in the Philippines for the most part. I'm going to tell you right now. And I'm not saying I'm saying because I'm scared because honestly I run my motorcycle in the U.S. at 120 on average, like because I'm a biker in the U.S. But if I get my real motorcycle here in the Philippines and I drive at 120, I'm
What do you think about in the last 24 hours? More and more is coming out that they definitely want registration of the
no, no,
e-trikes and
no. Yeah, they do
licensing of
want license
everybody.
and everything, but the question is if his bike goes 40 miles per hour, doesn't matter what you're riding at 40 miles per hour. It's pretty much self deletion speeds when you live in the city. If in the country, you can probably get away with it. probably. I say probably.
I agree. Digital says I feel safer in the Philippines than I ever did. Here you
No,
go.
I
Thanks, stinky
agree.
face.
And I'm not saying that because I'm
And definitely
Filipino,
Mexico.
but yes, I do
And
feel
we've been gone
safer.
for years,
Yes, I
so
feel safer
definitely
in
would at this
Mexico and
point.
in Philippines than in the U.S. True.
And I'm telling you, the U.S. is about ready to eat itself up really quick. I thought by Christmas it'd be upside down. It could still be when these
Oh yeah,
last
that's
of these
another thing.
taxes
Yeah.
hit and the tariffs. Yeah,
Yeah. Teo Chung says electric scooters are fun. Yes. However, please, whatever you do, do not get an electric scooter. Do not use it on the roads. Please do not do that. I beg of you. Not for me, but for your sake and whoever you're gonna run into. The reason being, electric scooters.
but they
You
do. Oh, sorry.
Well, electric scooters. I'm talking about the scooters, the ones that are like the sticks.
Uh,
Um,
oh, you talking about being on the major highways?
not just major. Well, yeah, like right here on MacArthur. I mean, it's hard to see a motorcycle. I'm talking about full size motorcycles. It's hard to see a full size motorcycles in a car. What makes you think they'll see you in a scooter? They won't. They will not see you.
Will's saying they'd be pretty desperate to buy views. I can see the advertisement on the occasion if you're doing it legally through Google. It is still a business for George. It still goes to pay for other equipment, and we do buy pet stuff. We rescue pets, we give them back like to other people. We do a small source of keeping the cats, feeding them, feeding ones outside. So if you have to promote, like a lot of people do through YouTube itself, through Google, some of that I can see, but a big portion, aka what I was talking about the other day, it's kind of strange where we have seen channels on Facebook or channels go from 1,000 people on their Facebook up to 200 and 300,000 in less than a year, and it's like you're not that important. Why you're making yourself look that important with millions of vloggers and people putting out content? You're not. And in this day and age, it's weird, including all the AI bullshit that's out there. It's like you shouldn't have to guess or not. I guess you either like them or you don't. The problem I have, as I told George, what pisses me off to no end is the talent that is out there that doesn't get recognized because they're being buried by the bullshit on Facebook and YouTube. All the excessive
No, we're
lies,
we're talking
all the
about real
excessive
talent.
AI.
Again, a lot of people don't realize
So
there's a
people
lot
like, you're
of
just
real
talking
talented
shit or
people
you're
out there.
hating. No, we're not. We think you're non talent bullshit.
No, and we're not talking about us. What I'm saying is
It's you aren't that
we don't think we're
special.
talented. That's what I'm getting at. What I'm saying is
You're a
there
set of
are
tits that attract guys, period. Your face is a
no,
train wreck
there's
and you have
real
no
talent
talent.
out there.
It's
Well,
what it
not just
is.
talented. There's beautiful and talented people out there
I'm sorry.
that deserve more.
There are ugly ones out there that deserve it. So the
No,
whole thing
no,
is we just calling
no. That's
out this
true.
shit that it's oversaturated. We shouldn't have to guess if something's AI. We shouldn't have to guess if they're buying numbers, and it shouldn't have to be promotion as a business. I get it, but some of that's beyond that because there's no way that they're paying Google that kind of money to promote to get those numbers. They would be totally broke if they had to. So those are coming from other directions. And that is not because people like you. Your numbers still shine. So, but, and hate all you want. Sarah's like, love the song. All right, we have to. We're at, and we got, all right, guys. I think George got through some of these. Thank you, guys. Let me answer Sarah. Heidi and George, I noticed certain channels have that have hyped the channel to get your channel to other viewers. Can you not organize that for your channel? Are you talking where they're conjoining now, where they're doing the second one with each other? I think she's talking about where they're whatever on the videos.
Collabs.
Yeah, I don't think we will. We've thought about it with some, and some will say that we don't know anybody. Right now, it's not bringing numbers. I don't know who's saying if you're a big channel promoting another big channel that's got 1 million subscribers, it's a possibility. But I can think of one right now that there's no way it's bringing them either numbers. Their numbers still suck. I'm gonna put it out like that. I've seen several of them lately in our genre, like in our circle, and I don't see their numbers moving because they're doing it. And so we're not going to hook on. The old fashioned way is to come up in our room and sneak around and promote yourself and say you're going to do lives or hey and communicate and then leave and take people with you. That's the old fashioned way. That's how you're going to get your numbers. Collabing with somebody on the side is just another made up bullshit stunt from YouTube. And I'll pass. A lot of those features killed the channel. 100%. They killed the channels.
Yeah. Second one says, "I got man boobs and I'm sexy."
Sexy.
Yeah.
No.
That reminds me of milkshakes are better than yours. Better than.
Yeah, Victoria's saying it shows up in the comment boxes of their channel. It uses our points and we accumulate as subscribers. I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
I'll have to look that up.
All right, guys. Well, I think that's what we're going to do is wrap it up. We're 3 hours in, and it's a little rocky on this first one. But next Saturday, which is Philippine time, or Friday night for the others in the West, it'll be me. It'll be both of us. But we're just going to start grabbing comments. We don't delete our messages, so we've got a ton of them in there
send
through
us
the
a
years.
message, guys.
Hundreds a month come in. We get people that talk with
Yeah.
us about subjects. It could be something that you may want to totally cover. And so where you're not, I mean, you guys scrolling and allowing the other channels just to say, hey, today I'm talking about peppermint patties that are growing in coconut trees today and my wife's pink bikini. Okay, well that's just
Yeah.
like, oh, I don't want to watch that today.
Thank you
But
so much, Sarah, for the coffee. We will get coffee before my demise on my motorcycle.
I'm gonna get that motorcycle. We hey, you know what? Maybe it's time to raise money for you to get. It's time. It's been a while since we've done any. I told George it's time to do a. We broke as hell. We're raising money for something situation. We got to simp it out for Christmas time. Maybe we should. We'll get you an Inmax, or maybe we can get one of them 3-wheel Inmaxes.
No,
What do those suckers cost?
a lot. Thank you so
Right.
much for your support.
Thank you so much, guys.
Sarah Tyson, thank you so much, and thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Ruby.
Chosen One, thank you for
Lucca
your
was
support.
here. Thank you. Big shout out to Ted that had a medical procedure done and he's laid up. He could just be sitting there
Oh
watching.
yeah, hey Ted.
Hi, Ted.
Hope you feel better.
Thank you guys for all
Hey,
the great
Scott.
questions. And believe me, there's some weirder shit coming in. And after this, I'm sure the trolls are going to freak out and be like, oh, what? I like Google Joe doing pee and you're just a retard. You're just fat and broke. And it's like, hell yeah, bitch. Get the fuck over it and have a great day. That's where it's at. All right, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. We
Hey,
appreciate you.
bye,
Love you
Tio
all.
Chong. I see Tio's in there too. She said my main YouTube channel made 14 cents so far this month. Yeah, we have on the other channel, we got paid 400 pesos, which is included in the check for George. 400 pesos for thousands of watch hours. So that'll tell you $9 for that many people watching. YouTube is putting more commercials out, paying out less, and using the channels, but it is their server, it is their thing, so it's where it is.
It is their platform.
All right, guys. Have a great day and see